Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, October 21st, 2024. Monday Night Football Day, and we are coming to you live. How's everybody doing today? Hello.
Good. Woo.
Monday Night Football tailgate starts at 5 o'clock tonight. Ohio and Himes will be out there with Bud Light, the brisket shop, me. That's all you need, really, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where I can get my creamsicle gear? I saw some of the pictures online.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good stuff.
And,
Reverse Brand and Bud Light have teamed up, and we have to come to the tailgate.
Oh.
All right, Gio.
Because next week is the creamsicle game.
Yeah, if you want to have like exclusive Reverse Brand creamsicle Bud Light stuff and Buck stuff, I mean, you're going to have to come to the game.
I would like that.
Well, you want me to pick you up?
I mean, you know.
It's not, I mean, like it's
freeloader.
Yeah. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Yeah, that is happening tonight.
I would love to go to the tailgate and the game tonight, but the idea makes me yawn.
Because watching that Steelers-Jets game last night.
Yeah. I can't. It's just too late. I'm in bed and I'm tired.
So much stuff was on, too. You had the Steelers and Jets. You had the WNBA Finals, Game 5.
I was glued to the TV.
I was going back and forth the
and you
whole
had
time.
The Mets and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And if the Dodgers won, which they did, then they go to the World Series against the Yankees.
Yep, which is crazy to me that the Yankees are in the World Series, and I don't really care. Like, I'm happy for them, and I'm like, that's my team, you know. But I'm not. My brother-in-law texted me. He's like, "Do you want to go up to the game?" And I was like, "No."
It's crazy that they were this close away from the Mets and the Yankees against each other,
which has happened before.
Right?
You know, it's cool, but it stinks for the country. It's only good for New York. But Yankees Dodgers hasn't happened since the '80s, so that's great. And plus, Judge and Otani against each other. I mean, it's going to be massive. I mean, I will watch the World Series.
It's funny because obviously they're the two big home run hitters, but so many different guys hit home runs. Stanton, all those guys. It's crazy how much they crank out home runs. They crank out home runs like not WNBA. NBA players do the threes now.
Yeah.
Threes used to be like
oh my God, he hit a home run.
Oh yeah.
Every once in a while you'd see a 3-pointer, you'd be like, whoa, 3-pointer. Now they're like, half court, just chucking it up.
I mean, I will watch the World Series, and I'm happy for the Yankees and all that stuff, but I will not. I mean, I don't know. If it was way more convenient, like if it was here or if I was in New York, I would go to a game.
Yeah.
I'm not going up there, which I've done before. I mean, I remember they were playing one time when Aaron Boone hit the shot that made them go, and we were sitting there with our plans for airlines all ready to go, and as soon as they would win the game, we'd hit the thing and book our plane. So we're like waiting away. We were ready to go.
I saw Brett from Roger and JP was stressing out trying to figure out how he was going to get tickets.
Yeah. Listen, if you've been in radio for that long in New York and you don't have hookups for tickets, you might want to think about just wrapping it up.
Oh, I think he was stressed about the cost because he was going to pay quite a pretty penny.
I had a good hookup. I had a good Yankee hookup there, and he passed away, but it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Last name was Steinbrenner.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, I almost paid a lot of money for a bunch of different stuff until I realized what the date was. I was going out to Vegas again.
Oh, this guy.
Oh,
Mr. Galvin, we're sending a jet for you.
Because Michael Monroe from Hanoi Rocks was going to be playing out there.
Everything you're saying means nothing. I know what you're saying. I don't mean
my
nothing.
wife loves.
Who loves Michael Monroe?
My wife does.
Michael Monroe, for those people who don't know, is like a
famous magician,
transgendered. He's like a transgendered Asian lady man who's not transgendered. He's just like the most feminine Asian lady man you'll ever see who's not even really Asian.
He's a singer?
Yeah.
He is a singer for a band, Hanoi Rocks, which Hanoi Rocks had the guy Razzle, right?
Razzle was the drummer.
Was the drummer.
Razzle,
no, but was in the car that Vince Neil crashed and killed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
so if you remember
really
when
their
Vince
claim to
was
fame.
drunk,
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Whatever. But they were total glam rock.
Right.
He looks like a more female, weird, foreign David Lee Roth.
Because now he's like 60 something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but even back then.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a little Hanoi Rocks? Can we play this? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
You were going to fly all the way to Vegas for
Well,
this.
I have more though. But so Hanoi Rocks was going to be, Michael Monroe was going to be out there. But then also Sick New World big giant festival was out there with Metallica and Queens of the Stone Age.
You're speaking my language.
And all this stuff. And that was the next night. And I was like, oh man. And so I look and guess what? I've got comps for the hotel out there. And I'm like, all right. So I literally booked the hotel. And then I went on and I bought tickets for Michael Monroe. And then I looked at tickets for Sick New World, and they're for VIP. It's like $700 a piece, whatever. But I was like,
it's pretty good.
That's not that bad. Actually.
I got to tell you, there's so many different great bands, and I want to be able to have shade and hang out, and you can charge your phone and do all that stuff. You know when it was? April 11th.
We're on a cruise.
Do we have anything going on? Yeah. I was like,
Well, I mean, there's a good chance you're just a professional gambler not working here by then. So I wouldn't cancel a hotel just yet.
I got to tell you, thank God for the Steelers last night because I was stinking it up earlier.
I was doing good. I won.
Yeah.
I won. Yeah, I bet a bunch of. I went to my dad's and I watched the 49ers and the Chiefs, and I bet a bunch of player props on that all hit. Man, Travis Kelce did me right yesterday.
Yeah. Cool. I'm happy for you guys. That sounds fun.
I did not do that well. I did well in like the $300 range.
All right. Neat.
Yeah. Good for you. Man.
And then I had the WNBA. I had that going into overtime.
That's awesome.
Well, they like every game was so close. By the way, did you see the score?
I did. I watched
for overtime.
I was going back and forth the whole time. Yeah.
Like 34.
It was like 60 something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was crazy. It was so low.
Yeah. And they only scored like 8 points.
Like you could accidentally bounce the ball and make it go in.
So
Minnesota had a chance to win it.
Yo, totally.
Twice. I mean, she had two clean. Ionescu.
Yeah.
She had two clean looks for three to win it, and she missed both.
Yeah.
Of them.
This is so funny to me. You two are watching the WNBA finals. And I'm not even knocking it. I'm just saying, it's just so.
It was great.
But imagine having this conversation 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
There's no way in the world.
Well, the owner of the Liberty said that when she bought the team, her and her husband bought the team. They were playing at some community center that was
my God.
held like 1,500 people or something, whatever. And then they moved to the Barclays Center and. To put them on a big stage and do the whole thing, whatever. But yeah, it's crazy because there's so many different celebrities there last night. And
I guess Spike Lee's on the team. I don't know. He was weird.
Well, Spike Lee's a New York guy.
He just lives in where the Knicks play. He lives in the garden.
But like they kept cutting to him, and he's like on the court. I'm like, just stop.
Yeah.
You're not on the team, man.
One of the who is it? Collier fouled out, and then he's like waving her off and stuff.
I was like, come on.
I wanted her to go back over and just punch him.
Squash Spike Lee.
Like they cut to him every, it was either him or Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
Just every time.
Do they make Jason Sudeikis do a little dance?
No, they should have.
Yeah.
But he's there with like his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time. One of the original WNBA teams was their first title.
Yeah.
27 seasons.
What do you mean?
New York Liberty, they haven't won a title before.
But they were one of the original teams.
No, I remember. Yeah. That's so funny. I had the weekend alone. Had a lot of plans this weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of good things.
Any of them come through?
Well, Friday you went out with Brett, hung out.
With who?
Brett Ernst.
I did not make that.
Well, real quick, before you start doing all this, would you like to turn Carmen's microphone on?
It's on, buddy.
Oh. Is
Carmen? Good morning.
I didn't hear anything from her. I was like, is their mic's on?
Apologize.
That's on you, Carmen.
We'll make it a little louder.
Yeah, listen, you guys were saying a lot of words that I did not understand.
Hey, you played ball. You played college ball. Come on.
Yeah. I was more talking about
ladies team.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm talking more about the old guy in Vegas and the hairband. I was looking him up. Yeah.
He's great.
I got
sexy, right?
Yeah.
Listen, looks good for his age, really does. And I saw a video of them on a cruise. They did like the metal cruise.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I gotta imagine Chris Jericho likes them.
Yeah.
But everyone in his lines getting their T-shirt signs, ladies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy because that's ladies like. It's like Galvin and I love that little feminine kid from American Idol.
Yeah.
Ladies love feminine guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Weird.
Friday night, big plans.
Mm-hmm.
I was going out to dinner with Pete.
Okay.
And then there was a possibility I was going to go out with Brett Ernst after the show.
I think he's still here, actually, in the house.
He might be. Friday night, I was asleep by 6:30.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful.
Partay.
Mm-hmm. Saturday, I was going to Shark Coast Tactical for Glockoween.
Sure. Yeah.
And got up, drove all the way to Temple Terrace, to go to my nephew's softball game, and I did watch that. And then afterwards was like, I'm just gonna go.
No,
so I did not go all the way to Sarasota.
Too much for one day.
But no. How about this? You want to know what an old man I am? I drove to Pete's office. Pete was working, and I called him up and I said, I'm going to Shark Coast. They got Glockoween today, and he goes, hey, I'll go. I go, what? And he goes, I'll take a ride with you. And I go, okay,
like the good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, let's go. So I went and I picked him up, and he got in the car, and I said, let's go to Starbucks first, before we head on this big trek to Sarasota. And we're at Starbucks, and we're talking, and we get through the drive-thru, and I go, I really don't feel like driving all that to Sarasota. And he goes, me either. And then he goes, just drive around the neighborhood. And we just drove around the neighborhood. We just drove around.
Old gay couple sightseeing.
Taking a Sunday drive.
Just taking a Sunday drive around the Tampa airport area where nothing was open, nothing was going on, just drinking my coffee.
No lunch, no nothing, huh?
Nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I went inside and looked at all the cars that Pete has, and it just blows my mind how poor we were and how Pete's just got Lamborghinis stacked up like Charlie Babbitt in Rain Man. It's so funny to me. He's like, that's this guy. He plays for the Reds. That's the guy who plays for this guy. He's the guy from the Bucks. Wrap this.
Does he still have the Hummer, the new Hummer?
Yeah, it's his primary car. He only owns it just to shove that in my face.
Yeah, how you don't have one of those?
I have my Stingray Chevrolet right now. I have the Tahoe, so I don't really have a need for a car.
Yeah,
if I needed a car, I'd probably go buy one. But I'm very happy with my Stingray Chevrolet car.
Last time I saw Pete, he showed me the inside of it. I was like, man, this thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I finally got my Sprinter bag, and that thing. That you want to make love inside that?
I do.
It's got not to me.
Let's go.
Just saying in general.
Did they upgrade, change? What's the difference?
The entire thing has been reupholstered black, so it's nice and cool in there. It's got one of those velvet headliners with the shooting stars. Shooting stars. I got shooting stars in there.
Why not?
Yeah, it's wonderful. The girls took it to go see Tay-Tay this weekend in Miami, which after Carmen, I don't know if you saw any of those videos.
Oh my God!
Just the walk from the parking lot to the thing. I was like, there's no way I'm going that thing.
I was like, I knew Mike was so excited that he didn't go, didn't end up having to go.
You have no idea.
It looked like a great concert, like the setup there and everything.
And the seats were amazing.
The seats.
The girls had a great time. I did not go, and I was very happy that not only did I not go, I didn't have to go to Miami. Joey ended up going to Miami because he has friends down there, so he stayed down there with his friends. But I didn't even have to go make the trip, which was the best part.
Were the girls happy you didn't end up going?
I think so. I think Juliana would much rather hang out with her friend, and my wife would much rather hang out with her friend than me. So, yeah, I think they were all very happy I didn't go. Last night I showed a video to Juliana about this woman. She took her daughter not to Miami, but she took her to a stadium, and she said that they were just going to listen to the concert from outside because they couldn't get tickets.
No.
And I know that's so...
There's a lot of people do that.
They do that. And that's so sad, but so awesome to me to be such great fans, but it sucks that you can't get in. And she's like, we're going to listen to Taylor Swift. And she's like, do you think it would be better if we were inside? And she goes, well, yeah, probably a lot. And the mother goes, I got tickets. We're going in. And the little daughter just burst into tears.
Oh, wow.
I look at Juliana and I go, I don't even think you said thank you.
Yeah.
And
just
she's
expected it.
She goes, what do you want, tears? I go, yes, I want tears.
Yeah.
I want you to cry and tell me what a great father I am as you're crying. And she's like, yeah, I had a good time, but I'm not doing that.
Well, and I think the reason why a lot of people do that is because there was a trend a while back where they would send people out, like the artist would send someone out and give away like front row seats and backstage passes. Right, great. But now everyone's going to these concerts, sitting outside, hoping that happens to them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but I also think, like, listen, if I couldn't get in to see a big concert like that and I could, tailgate it and listen to it, I would do that if it was somebody that I really liked.
I got to tell you, I'm so glad that the girl wound up getting tickets because all I could think of is just her mom's proving how poor they are.
I know.
Really, I just, I don't like that.
Gross.
There's plenty of...
Oh, you don't like poor people, Calvin? That really bothers you?
The pores.
Ever since Calvin became a gambler, back on the pores.
No, but it's just like, how we're poor and we just can't get tickets, so now we're going to sit in the parking lot.
Let's rub it in right now.
Yeah.
Really.
Dude, can I just tell you, though, my mom was the queen of poor. Like, she would make the best of any situation. I think back, we were really poor as kids, and I think back at the time, I don't really feel like we missed anything because she made the things that she could accomplish so good that
perception was that we're fine. Yeah.
Like if we partied in the parking lot and could hear the concert, my memory of being in the parking lot would have been so awesome. I'd be like, oh, this is great.
You were at the concert.
Yeah, we were there, you know. I don't know. My mom took me to see George Michael when I was 14, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And she really fooled me on that one. I want Joseph's. But yeah, so it was Friday, and then Saturday. What was I gonna do? Saturday night was my big plan. Saturday. Oh, Saturday was good. Saturday I was going out hardcore.
Hard Rock.
I did go to the Hard Rock on Saturday by myself.
Oh,
how do you like that?
What?
You're that guy?
Yeah, I was totally that guy, and it was wonderful. I didn't have to bring Kryptonite with me, who was losing my money faster than I'm winning.
But also, Hard Rock by yourself is the way to go.
Yeah, but you're solo theme park guy. You're also solo Hard Rock guy.
Solo theme park guy is weird.
That's different.
Like solo Hard Rock guy is a gambler.
If I'd have called you on Saturday and be like, "What are you doing?" I'm just walking on Universal. That would have been weird.
I'm starting to see a trend, though.
I went to the Hard Rock. I went upstairs, sat down and played there, stayed there for about 2 hours, went downstairs, and on the way downstairs, I got a nice iced coffee. On the way out, I go, this is wonderful.
How'd you do?
Not great. Yeah, but it was a fun time. It was a good time.
You're not eat dinner at the bar alone guy yet, are you?
No.
What's wrong with that?
No, listen to me. I'm going to tell you this right now. You know who I saw on the way out? Creamy Nikki. Remember Creamy Nikki from Hooters?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. When you said it, I thought you said Criminiki.
No.
I was like, who the hell is Criminiki?
Joey Criminiki? Creamy Nikki. She was leaving as I was leaving, and I said, she was going to meet somebody, and I said, are you gambling? You doing good? She's like, no, just me and my friend are going to Council Oak. And I thought, if I was eating by myself at Council Oak and the two of them saw me and came over and be like, hey, what are you doing? Who are you with? And I'm like, just sitting here by myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, good thing I went home.
I just imagine that she's going in there because they're giving her free food. Like anywhere she goes, they're like, will you please come here and we'll feed you steak because you're beautiful.
I didn't see her friend, but I'm sure her friend is just as hot as she is.
She's not hanging out with
just as creamy.
She's not hanging out with any pores. I can tell you that right now.
Can I tell you that Creamy Nikki, I called her that because she just looks velvety. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Maybe call her Velvet Nikki. Creamy Nikki.
Creamy Nikki's good.
So creepy.
Yeah, because it's got to have a little truth to it too.
I like it.
She's creamy.
I don't like it.
Is that her, Joe?
She's creamy.
Yeah.
It's like Galvin. It's like Galvin.
Yeah, that's her right
Yeah,
there.
it is her. Yeah. Joe, everybody.
Wow. Pull it up.
Spanish was bringing you down.
You're welcome.
did it.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah, and then so Saturday night, you got to imagine I got some money in my pocket, ran into Creamy Nikki. I got some good plans for Saturday. Saturday I spent at Pete's house, laying on his couch, my nuts all hanging out, my feet sideways. Like if you saw me laying on the couch, it looked like somebody shot me and I just landed that way. I had my feet scissored open on the couch, while his sister, who just had knee surgery, was laying on the other end of the couch, and her husband was walking around doing things, and Pete was watching Jake's hockey game on the computer in the other room. That was a wonderful Saturday.
Yeah,
I just laid there all night,
Nice.
did nothing. It was wonderful.
Hit the town.
Yeah, I thought really. Sunday went to my dad's house, did the same thing, fell asleep while eating cheese, watching football.
Eating cheese.
Yeah, I can't eat a lot of things. I'm gonna eat cheese.
Speaking of eating cheese, and God, I hope these people listen to the show. I called a lady an old piece of cheese. So I'm driving down Dale Mabry.
Piece of cheese.
I'm driving down Dale Mabry, and this car cuts in front of me, like just crazy cuts in front of me. So I do the horn way too long.
Right.
I love that. That's my favorite thing. Most of the time, it's a meh, meh, as I drive around you and stuff. So I drive around them and I pull up to the light and they come up next to me. And it's a guy who's probably 65, somewhere around there, rolls the window down and starts yelling at me. So I go, all right. Let me turn down my Death Before Dishonor. And I roll my window down and I go, what? And he goes, and I go, learn how to drive, you old coot. By the way, I'm
Coot's good.
10 years younger than him.
Yeah.
And his wife pops up from the passenger seat and she goes, "You're trash." And I go, "I'm trash? I'm driving a Cadillac. You're driving a Hyundai." And she goes, and I go, "Sit back, you old piece of cheese."
That's a good one.
Yeah, and that guy, the guy, Superman, he goes, and I go, "You're not going to do anything." I go, "Look at you. You're little. You're little." And I'm giving him the little sign and stuff. Me, I'm little guy. And I go, "You're not going to do anything." I go, "Scram, get out of here," and just rolled my window up and drove.
Listen, can I just be honest with you? Just because of honor reasons, if you call my wife an old piece of cheese, I'd have to shoot you.
Oh, yeah. I get it. I get it. I assessed the situation. Honor, He didn't look like a Glockoween guy.
So, yeah, that was my big weekend alone. I really tore up the town.
Yeah.
Ladies, you're so lucky I didn't get to you.
I don't know if any of us thought that you were going to tear up the town.
I feel like it sounds like you took advantage of it.
I mean, I definitely caught up on what I needed the most, sleep. So that was wonderful. I mean, like, instead of just falling asleep on my hand somewhere, I got to lay down in the bed and do it. It was really nice, Yeah, so that was my big weekend. But I also needed to rest up because tonight, I'm out late tonight. I got Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
We got the tailgate starting at 5 o'clock. We were out there in our at our spot. And then I got to get there, enjoy my time there, and then get home before the game starts.
Yeah, the weather's going to be awesome.
Is it going to be nice
I think so, yeah.
Oh, good. Good. Because usually it's 8,000 degrees.
Yeah.
And that really sucks.
Let's see. Tonight, it looks like 6 o'clock. It's going to be 80, then dropping down to 76, 73, 72. Yeah, it's going to get
perfect playing weather.
Yeah.
I will be there tonight. Come on by and join us. If you're wondering how you can get in, I'm going to give you a chance to get in during Sporkle next.
Nice.
And then you'll get through the whole day listening to the show. We're starting with Roger and JP after us. You'll be able to win a chance to get in. And also, the smartest way to do it, I tell you guys every week, is to go to theboneonline.com and register because we want people to go. We want people to be in there. We just need to keep the number kind of controlled. It's free. You just kind of got to get in there. So put your name down on the list, and you'll be notified this afternoon or I guess sometime today if you're going. Me and Gio will be there.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Around 5 o'clock. Oh, Carmen?
Yes.
Another Chambo victory?
Yeah.
40-something points, huh?
42 to nothing.
Wow.
They shut them down.
Wow.
So we're 6-2 now?
The
5-2.
4-2.
5-2.
4-2.
5-2.
5-2.
5-2.
I saw it on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
5-2 easily could have been 6-1 because that one game they lost by a point.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but for a team that hasn't won any games, prior and is to have a winning season, they must be so goddamn happy.
Yes. They're very excited. They love it. All the seniors, though, they're a little sad. They're like, of course, our seniors.
Yeah.
They all wish they had 1 year, which is crazy. They have 17 seniors on the team.
Oh, wow.
Which is just crazy. But the kids are having fun. They're loving it. So it's
now they're going to be looking at postseason.
Yeah.
Like just playoffs possible.
Yeah. Well, because as of now, they are going basically
to the playoffs.
To the playoffs,
right.
Yes. I don't really know how it works here. It's weird.
Yeah, like if you win your district, you're automatically in, and then I think there's like at-large bids that also can get in.
But they only have 3 district games out of the 10 that they play.
Right.
It's so weird. Yeah. And but technically 2 of the teams could make districts depending on the other teams.
Right. It's weird.
It's so weird. But as of now, the big thing Chad is saying is like they're over 500. Yeah. And they've never done that in, we don't even know how far back that goes.
As far as they've been keeping records, they've not been over 500.
I don't want to put
like when
that out.
They're like, today's the hottest day since they started keeping temperature.
I don't want to put that out there, but I think it may have been like 4 or 5 years ago.
There'll be a selection Saturday at the end of the season. You'll find out, who you're going to play and when you're going to play and stuff. It's exciting.
Well, and then the game that they missed because of Helene is getting made up at the end because it was a district game or an in-conference game, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was their senior night. So before they had their senior night 3 away games, now they have 3 away games, and they're going to end their season with senior night at home, which is kind of
great. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, the kids, and then of course some of the kids, they were all like, I wanted to score, but it's like
it'll be better.
Well, it's not even that. Chad was able to get a lot of kids playing time that had never had any playing time in that game.
Listen to me. And that's one of the hardest things. I watch professional football on the weekends, And I watched this kid come into the game yesterday, and like, oh, he was just signed from the practice squad. Well, you must love that game if you're being signed to a practice squad on a football team, knowing that your chances of playing are probably never.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
there's kids that go to college, Division I. They were the best kid at their school,
and they get practice squad,
and they never see the field.
But to be on the team, and accept that and do that, and I don't think any less of them. I'm saying it's just amazing to me that somebody loves the game that much that they're willing to do that.
Yeah.
And wait for their time.
The kicker that made the what team was it? He was like, I was a brick salesman last week.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, it was our long snapper was worked in an air conditioning company in Port Richie.
Yeah. Well, the famous one is Kurt Warner.
That's true.
Yeah. How he was working, he was bagging groceries
He's
like
a Hall of Fame now. Yeah.
By the way, did anyone see that movie?
No.
With the guy from, I saw a part of it. It is horrendous.
I saw the trailer.
It's like a Saturday Night Live skit. Like you're waiting for something.
Was that the guy from Chuck?
Yes.
So I was reading a thing about him this weekend that he was so delusional. He thought that he would be up there with the Avengers when he did Shazam. Like he was saying that he was like, I'm one movie away from being like The Rock now. Yeah. He really thought that.
Wow.
Isn't that funny?
I hate Kurt Warner so much I couldn't bring myself to watch that.
I don't hate Kurt Warner at all. I just
as a Bucs fan, I can't like Kurt Warner.
But it just looked like the worst movie ever.
He cost me a Super Bowl.
I don't want to see a movie about a guy who's still around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to remember a story.
Have you seen any of the clips of this Aaron Hernandez movie that's been series?
I just saw the Gronk.
The guy who plays Gronk.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen Gronk do a lot of interviews, and Gronk's like, he nailed it because I'm friends with that guy. He knows me.
Yeah.
And I told him, don't go too over the top. I'm like, Gronk, you're over the top.
By the way, Steelers paid back Kurt Warner for the Super Bowl. They beat him down here.
Yeah.
All right. So overall, good weekend. We're back. It's Monday Night Football night. Let's take a break and get this show started this morning. We got a whole list of things to give away, including tailgate tickets when we come back with Sporkle. I talked to Spanish.
What?
Wow. Later on. I wouldn't say I talked to him, but we communicated.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, Sad Widows was on. We'll get into all of that. But Sporkle is next. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Just get out of work. Come on by, grab a couple Bud Lights. Grab some food from the brisket shop and hang out with us.
It's a battle of 4 and 2. They're both 4 and 2.
You were like, I'm like, they're not foreign. They're both not there. I didn't know what you were saying.
No.
Yeah. But we, you got two good quarterbacks going up against each other, and you got a tough Ravens defense. So it's gonna be
Ravens are favored.
Yeah. Well, look, it's time to get on a Hard Rock bet.
I think he's just Derrick Henry. He's just a monster.
Yeah.
And he's having one of the best seasons of his career now.
What a fall apart. What's his name? Why can't I ever remember Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
My God. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Oh, Jets are toast. They're done.
I got to be honest with you. The Steelers crushed them, and he looked so sad in the press conference.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they're toast.
I don't understand why they fired that coach. It had to be just because he didn't like him.
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
Even though he denied, like when I get somebody fired, I get on there and I go, hey, I got that guy fired. I didn't like him.
Well, look at Brady got Bruce Arians fired.
Yeah, but
they
Brady,
say he didn't.
Brady didn't say he did.
Yeah.
Brady didn't say he didn't. Rather, he just was like, well, yeah, it's.
I'll come back, but Bruce has got to
right.
take a step back.
So I mean, look, but but own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Brady, although he didn't own it, he didn't deny it.
Right.
So worked out for him. All right, Carmen.
Yes.
What do we have to give away today?
We have a bunch of stuff. So we have Lightning versus Nashville happening Monday, October 28th.
That's a return of Steven Stamkos.
Yeah, Brian Regan.
He's playing with them.
No. No.
Starting center.
TSO. Reggae Rise Up. Thomas Rhett. Monster Jam happening February 1st. Wow. And pew, 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 the Mike Calta Tailgate happening tonight.
In my head, I tried to do TSO and Reggae Rise Up together, and I just couldn't. Dun, 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 dun. And I just had nothing. I thought about it, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, let's give that stuff away right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Man, you run the board like Dizzy now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my fault.
That's why I'm bringing Hoppy back. You guys don't know what's going on.
Perfect.
Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper, and I believe I'm going for 6 in a row.
No.
Oh. Anybody have a streak? Anything going on?
You have a 1-win streak.
All right, let's make it 2.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're playing TV shows by episodes. I'm going to give you a few episode names. You're going to give me the name of the TV show.
Ready? Blair, get your period.
No.
Okay.
Nice life.
All right, your first one. Sandwich Day, Blind Date, Hiatus.
The Office.
Sandwich Day, Blind Date, Hiatus. 30 Rock.
Never watched it.
It's great. It's a great show.
Ghost Princess, Holly Jolly Secrets. It came from the Nightosphere.
Charmed.
Big Bang Theory.
The Office.
Adventure Time.
Maybe just one buzzer for all three.
Okay.
My head's rattling. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Peer Pressure, Bringing Up Buster, Afternoon Delight.
Arrested Development.
Galvin. Lay Down Your Burdens, The Eye of Jupiter, Bastille Day.
Big Bang Theory.
I was hoping you got that right.
What was the last one?
Bastille Day.
Day. Lay Down Your Burdens, The Eye of Jupiter, Bastille Day.
How I Met Your Mother.
Looking for Battlestar Galactica.
No.
Come on. How are we supposed to know these?
Welcome to Hellmouth, Graduation Day, Chosen.
Charmed.
Welcome to Hellmouth, Graduation Day, Chosen.
Glee.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's what I meant by Charmed.
Same thing.
The Getaway, Born Free, Lost Boys. The Getaway, Born Free, Lost Boys.
Breaking Bad.
Charmed.
What?
If you would have got it, I would have dove on you.
Dexter.
Oh.
Shindig, War Stories, Objects in Space.
Big Bang Theory.
Shindig, War Stories, Objects in Space.
Mad Men.
Firefly.
Who's watching these shows?
Yeah. If you hit us with a monk, it's over.
The Pointy End, Blackwater.
Yeah.
Velar Margulis.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the last one?
The Pointy End,
Yeah.
Blackwater.
Got that one.
Valar Margulis.
Game of Thrones.
Oh!
Geo.
Bet your Margulis.
Yeah.
And Pap, we're halfway there.
Tight.
Yeah. Michael is not on the board. He has 0 points.
True.
And Gio and Galvin are both tied. They each have 1.
Goddamn right.
It's excellence in reporting, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, we're doing shows by episodes. Your next one, Death and All His Friends, Superstition, Losing My Religion.
I know this one.
Breaking Bad.
Death and All His Friends, Superstition, Losing My Religion.
True Blood.
Sopranos.
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, you're close.
The Mistake, Not Cancer, It's a Wonderful Lie.
ER.
Lie.
Seinfeld?
The Mistake, Not Cancer, It's a Wonderful Lie.
Breaking Bad.
House.
Oh, yeah.
Slaps Giving, Girl
How I Met
vs.
Your Mother.
Yeah. Galvin. Oh, sorry. The Gypsy and the Hobo, The Suitcase, Commissions and Fees.
Mad Men.
Galvin.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Does right in my soul.
By the way, is there anything more uncomfortable than Trump sitting in a black barber shop? He was in a black barber shop.
Not getting a haircut.
So you guys are black.
Don't touch it.
Your next one, Indianapolis, Little Sebastian,
Parks and
hunting
Rec.
trip. Galvin, the Subway, the puffy shirt, the
Seinfeld.
Chinese restaurant. Pap Pap.
That was Galvin.
Oh, man, was it?
Galvin.
Instigator.
Duffless, last exit to Springfield.
Simpsons.
Yes, Geo.
Yes.
And Pap Pap. We are on the last three.
Michael has 0 points.
Oh, wow.
Gio has 2, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 5.
5?
Huh?
5.
All right.
Oh,
TV shows by episodes. Last three. Here we go. Boys of Summer, Middle Ground, 30.
30 Rock.
Already had that one.
Oh, sorry.
Boys of Summer, Middle Ground, 30.
I don't know.
The Wire.
never saw it.
Great.
You're
Time.
fine.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I was
got 2 to go.
We still got 2 questions.
All right.
You're the worst.
You were on a roll. You were doing so good.
You fell asleep.
I did.
Time enough at last. Nightmare at 20,000 feet to serve man. Time enough at last. Nightmare at 20,000 feet
Lost.
to serve man. The Twilight Zone. What? What is happening
I
over there?
knew it. I was going to try to answer for you.
Oh.
Instead, you went, man.
You are wrong.
I was right.
That a sheep was giving birth. Over there.
And your last one.
Friends.
Employee of the month,
The Office.
college, long-term parking.
The Office.
Big Bang Theory.
Sopranos.
The Sopranos.
Big fans.
Wow.
Joe actually got it. He said,
If you didn't say Second Spitter, I don't think I would ever get any of the episodes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know any of the names of their episodes.
Seinfeld? Yeah, Puffy
That's
shirt.
what I'm saying. Well,
Yeah.
Puffy Shirt was one of them. Yeah, Seinfeld's the only one I kind of get. That, yeah, and if you would have given me
Junior Mints?
no, any of the Seinfeld ones. No, the Park one with Sopranos, where they're with Bacala and the hunting gear.
Oh, yeah.
Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens.
Barrens,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you said Pine Barrens, no, I don't know any of the names.
Is that the name of a show?
No,
of an
it's-
episode?
An episode,
Yeah,
yeah.
episode.
Always
Okay.
Sunny, they give you the name right before each episode, and that's not in the quiz.
Yeah. But Sopranos College, you know that right away.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because that's the one where he finds that rat.
Oh, when they go upstate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final score, Joe?
Final score, Michael not on the board.
Wow.
Gio with 2 points. And Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 5.
Kachaya! Woo!
You got points today, Joe.
Yeah.
Points.
Question. Is
What?
there a rule in place by anybody?
There is no
there
rule.
is
No.
not. There is
Okay.
no rule.
I know. I would have lost it. Galvin, what line are you playing for?
Line 4.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, how you doing, Mike?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good.
You are the big winner for the day. I will put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we will hook you up with a prize.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very straight and to the point, that guy.
Yeah.
You have no time to mess around.
You think he's going to take tailgate?
No.
No?
No, he seems
Something
like
else?
he's already got tailgate plans.
TSO?
He likes to just sit home with a whiskey and watch it from his own living room.
All right.
like this
All
guy.
right. Not mad at him.
Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, we want the money, no more chocolate, and not impressed. Not impressed.
I love chocolate. All right. Galvin Nation News, we'll do that next. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Super Heat and Air. It is so cold in here, and I love every second of it. Do you remember the last week when we had one day where it wasn't cold in here? And all I had to do was call Super Heat and Air, and they were out here the next day with the part in hand, replacing it and getting it nice and freezing back in here. That's how it should be. And then before you know it, in a couple of days, like Gio was saying today, it's going to start dipping low. It's going to get a little lower and get lower. And the next thing you know, somebody in your house, definitely not me, somebody in your house is going to say, we should turn the heat on just a little bit. Just take the chill out of the air. And it, you're still on the phone. I'm sorry, sir. Hold on there. And then and then you're going to turn it on and you haven't turned it on in a while and you don't know if it's going to work right. You don't know if it's going to stink. You don't know if you're going to be like, now I don't know if something's burning. Call up my friend at Superheat and Air. Let them come on out and do a clean and tune on your unit. They should do it before the summer and before the winter, before you turn that heat on. Make sure there's no dust on the coils. Make sure everything is running good. And if you need a new unit and you know you do and you've been putting it off, call Superheat and Air today. They'll put a new unit in, no interest, no payments for 18 months. Go to superheatandair.com. That is superheatandair.com, because superheroes get no rest. They work 24 hours a day. They're there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for emergencies. Superheatandair.com. Tell them Mike Calta sent you. News with Galvin is next on 102.5 The Bone.
Did you want to talk about your situation about hearing from Spanish, or you want to save that for later?
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, like, it's I just an update. I mean,
did you reach out?
No. No. This is what bothers me, though. I'm convinced, and I'm not saying drugs or anything like that. I'm convinced Spanish got things going on. And Joe, you would know better than me.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but yeah, probably.
That he's stuck in something. I don't know what that is. I don't know whether it be drugs, alcohol, depression, maybe he owes somebody money. I'm making all of these things up. I don't know any of this to be true. But what I'm saying is, it feels to me like he's in a bad spot, because he wasn't always like this, and now he's just talking in circles. And he reached out to me last night through text at 10:16 on a Sunday night. Like, and I'm like, and he's like, and he was cool. He was like, I just want to have a conversation with you and discuss everything. And I said, why? At this point, it's too late to talk about anything. Now it's just going to make me angrier and get you, fired up. Let's just let it go. And he was like, well, I have some things that I want to explain and blah, blah, blah. And I go, okay, you can text me whenever you want. And then he texted me and went right back to denying everything, and everything is everybody else's fault. And I was like, yeah, it's over.
And again, just the fact that he texted you that late on a Sunday, on a school night, on a work day, like, he knows what you're doing.
Probably would be normally asleep if it wasn't for the football game.
Right.
And I hadn't seen my daughter all weekend because she was in Miami, so I was hanging out with her watching the game. She happened to be up with me, so...
And hasn't texted or anything since that Tuesday. So it's been about almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's when
the day he chose to call me.
That's the day and time.
Yeah.
Well, I brought that up to him, and he said that he had called me once before and I didn't answer. And then he spoke to John, and John said, hey, while things are happening, let's just be cool and not do it. So, he's got excuses and answers for everything, and I'm not going to be the one. It doesn't make any sense for me. If Joe comes in and gives me a hard time about something, it's worth me fighting with him and saying, Joe, this isn't happening. This isn't the way it goes. Because he works here, and I'm not getting angry at Spanish for things. He doesn't work for me anymore. I don't want to be angry at him. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, and I said, look, I heard some things, and I brought up a couple of things that I heard. And of course, he has answers for those things. And it leads me to believe that he's still in a spiral of whatever he's in, which makes me feel bad for him. But I can't do anything about it. And, I talked to David Bryan from Bon Jovi.
About Spanish?
About Spanish. They said the band could go on without him.
Yeah.
Richie Sambora left, and I said, well, have you talked to him? And he said, no. And he goes, I love Richie like a brother. He's like, he's my guy. He goes, but when somebody's like that, until they want to change and they want to do something, you have to just leave them alone. So I don't know what it is about Spanish and what he's doing. If he's in love and love is making him do silly things, that's his own life. He's an almost 40-year-old man, and there's nothing I can do to change that. So, and I'm not sure. Now, if he called me up and he said, I need help with something, absolutely. I've said this before on the show. I don't hate him. I'm not angry. Like, I wanted him fired. He lost my trust. And I can't have a producer on my show that I can't trust and have around. So, therefore, he is not here. But that doesn't mean he's not at the station, because he showed up on Sad Weirdos this weekend. I know, because my Instagram or whatever, my Facebook messages blew up, and I was like, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I said it last week on the show. He's going to still do that show, I think. Now that show is just garbage to me altogether. I don't know how it's still on the air. I mean, I'm not going to change my mind and be like, oh, well, it's good to see that they're really helping people out. How you got a guy who's spiraling out of control and losing his job after 14 years, giving other people advice is ridiculous, and another guy who lives in a hut telling people how to be happy.
Maybe it's like here's what not to do.
Listen, maybe I'm not happy. Maybe I just think I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sad weirdos could run long and strong as far as I'm concerned. And I will tell you this. Somebody was telling me the other day that company-wide, somebody else in another market heard Sad Weirdos and thought it was a really good show. Ugh. And I said, I promise you, if that show makes it on one more station besides this one, I will kill myself to say that.
Whoever that person is should be fired.
Yes. Yeah. That person doesn't work here. Yeah.
I can't wait to play this tape a year from now when they're on like 30
syndicated all over the country.
Podcast.
Dr. Phil.
Look at me. It doesn't matter. I'll be dead. I'll be dead. I won't even jump off the bridge. I'll put my head in something and squeeze my head to death. That's how bad I feel.
Well, Spanish, we picked up our 43rd market this afternoon, and we're excited for it.
Thanks to you. One door closes, another door opens.
You're holding it back.
There you go.
Can you believe we've got 2 million subscribers on YouTube? That's amazing. The power of positivity.
Oh, my God. I don't even want to think about it.
Oh, man. Well, Carmen marked the state.
I don't even want to think about it. So, anyway.
And that was it. That was the end of your conversation? Just a little text?
He wrote back to me explaining his end of a couple of things that I pointed out that I was angry about that sounded like lies to me, and I just stopped, and he just stopped.
I was surprised he blamed Carmen for everything.
Yeah, he did not.
So no change in your feelings?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
I don't know.
I mean, I think I'm angrier now.
Oh, really?
No, there was no attempt to change anything there. I think he just wants some sort of closure, and as far as I'm concerned, it's closed. So I don't really know what more we could do. I mean, it's weird. What sucks about this job, and I've been through it a couple of times already, is that the people that you're friends with and you spend the most time with and do the most things with over years, all of a sudden you don't have that job anymore, and that all goes away in one day. And now you're like, all these people that were my friends, but in this case, he built this up. I mean, we saw this happening over time. I mean, Joe, you're the one that probably experienced the most from it because you guys live together, kind of.
It was. It's been a rough year. I can tell you that.
And then I brought up to him the fact that he's been lying to us this entire time by saying he was at Brother Mark's and all that, and of course he denied I was at Brother Mark's. And I go, okay, I'm not here to argue with you. It doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't change anything in my life. You want to say you're here and there, but we got Brother Mark and Farva and all these other people saying no, he wasn't at Brother Mark's. And what's the argument there?
And now, Joe, question for you.
Carmen is determined to get one of us killed.
Going deep.
Mike, you may need to ask after me.
Yes, I will fire too. No.
No, are you still living together?
I haven't seen him in 2 weeks and have not been able to sit down and have a conversation with him. But he told me he was moving out a couple weeks ago, and then he said he didn't want to. I said, well, we need to talk about that.
Got Mama Pants. You got Mama Pants on the couch, and you got Mama DeSanto.
Yeah,
might need a place.
My mom is, she might not be able to stay at her ALF because she has a dog, and she's going to need a different type of care. So I might have to move her into the house. I'll be living with two old ladies.
If you have Mama Pants and Mama DeSanto both at the house, there really will be Whore Island again.
Well, yes, it will.
That's his mother.
Oh, you know.
Mom Island.
How many dogs now?
There's four dogs.
4 dogs.
Well, it will be 4 dogs.
When Annette comes back. Then,
when Annette's back in, Annette brings the pooch with her.
Yeah, she's going to bring the dog with her.
That'll be MILF Island.
Gilf.
Right? Don't they have MILF?
Yeah,
this will be Gilf Island.
Okay. MILF Mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So
that's going to be a fun spot.
Yeah. I actually, when she was here for the hurricane, for the entire week, it was actually very pleasant and nice.
Does she understand the setup? And she's like, and then she sleeps on the couch, and then the other one's never here, and that room's empty.
Yeah, no, I don't think she understands it. But I don't, she's missing a lot of stuff right now because she's 90.
I got you.
But that's a good life. 90's a good life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's in good health. She's just, forgets to take her medication and stuff like that. So she has to keep an eye on that. Yeah, I know.
You're not 90.
I never forget my whiskey.
What is that like, you think, to be like, I'm 53 years old and unhealthy. I could die any day. I don't know. But chances are I'll squeeze another 20 years out or so. Right? Don't say it. Don't Galvin get
20.
That's only 73.
I mean,
Yeah, that's for a healthy person. That's like normal.
Jesus.
That's the average life.
I was gonna say average is around 70.
Right, can you just like convince me for a little while?
I mean, you're taking steps to get healthier, so you're increasing your odds.
I don't know. I don't know. Taco Bell and Wendy's.
Oh,
One day, and I got out of my system.
That's
I've not
Before
had-
that, he
I've
had a
not-
chimichanga.
Oh my
It's
god!
definitely not out of your system.
It's not out of my system.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I had two trips to the bathroom. I think it might be out of my system.
When they do the autopsy, they're gonna find it. It's still in there.
Well, I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, to imagine being 90 years old and knowing that at the most you have is 10 years left, but chances are it's not even going to get close
Any
to that.
day, yeah.
But I think at that point, like he said, like you kind of forget stuff. So that's just one of those things. Like it's not even on your mind.
That's what my grandmother said. Remember, we asked my grandmother. I go, what happens when you go to bed at night? You're like, this could be the last night. And she goes, I just don't think about it. I go, that's all I would think about.
I think you can't. That'd be like driving and thinking about all the idiots that are out there that could easily kill you.
Yeah.
That's
You would
true.
never get in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or flying a plane. It doesn't make sense how that stays in the air.
And I will tell you, Carmen, she is a lot happier not remembering a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean,
Yeah.
for real, you know.
Doesn't have to remember the other son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, my grandma passed away when she was 91, and I saw her on her 90th birthday, and she was loving life. You know what I mean? She was just happy.
Yeah.
She didn't care. She saw everybody, and she was just like, you know. And then my dad would be like, "Oh, she forgets this and this," and it's more of a burden on the other people.
Oh, yeah.
But
I don't really believe in anything that happens after you die. It just doesn't seem like it makes any sense. But man, wouldn't that be fun? You know, like if it was true that you go on and live forever with your old family members and Frank Sinatra and
see, I think you start over.
Yeah, reincarnation.
I'll be happy with that too. If it's just a loop.
But you just don't remember anything.
Right.
Like you get to a certain point. Well,
here's
we'll
the
remember those kids that like they can play the piano, or they're like,
Or the
I lived in.
that knows all about World War II pilots and the different people that flew in the different planes. You're like, he's 3. How is this possible?
They lived in Germany, and they talk about a house, and they can describe it to a T.
Well, also think about deja vu. When you have deja vu, I think that's past life, like sneaking in a little bit, and you're like, did I do this before? You know, those kind of feelings where you're like, I know I was here, or I did this, or I met this person, or.
Is that the metaverse, and that's another version of you?
Could be.
That has already
universe.
Right.
Yeah.
So, see, when I was having panic attacks really bad, it was me trying to grasp one of those deja vu feelings. Like I'd feel like, I'd be like, Germany, I never went to Germany. And I tried it so hard to grab the thought, and it would just go away. And I was like, and then it would induce a panic attack.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It was always preceded by some sort of deja vu type feeling. Like I've been here before, I've done something before. And then, when you have a dream, I'm not going to talk about my dreams, but when you have a dream and you can't remember quite what it was when you wake up and you're like, I was a girl and we were here and I can't get it, but you know it, we were just in it. And then you're trying so hard to remember it and then you lose it. That's what happens.
By the way, somebody sent on social media thing from Family Guy, and Lois was going to be attacked by these bears. And Peter goes, tell him about your dream. And she's like, why would I tell him? He goes, trust me, tell him about your dream. Tell him about how you were in our house, but it wasn't exactly our house. And she goes, it's true. The washing machine was in the kitchen. And the bears start moving backwards. It was perfect.
I don't like it. I feel like it's about me.
It totally was.
All right. Time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. I was looking on pelts.com the other night because I need some new shoes because my Skechers that I have that I love so much, I did something with the heel of them and messed them up a little bit. So I'm
Too much running.
Stop in there. I don't know. I think I too much lazy putting them on, taking them off. And I broke did something wrong, whatever. But you can stop into Pelts. They have all the different styles and brands you're looking for, and they have them right there in stock, ready to go for you. And they have the Pelt Shoe Fit experts. They're going to make sure you have the proper fitting shoe, and they have the 3D foot scanner that is complimentary. It's absolutely free. Step on that, and they give you all the information, and they email it to you so you know you have the proper fitting shoe. So stop into Pelts today. They have 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you.
Can I just tell you, I have a pretty decent relationship with a lot of the people that I went to high school with. Now, we're not talking every day and all that, but we're all Facebook friends, and we're all like, oh, did you hear what happened to Bobby. Let's help Bobby out. Like it's one of those community type things. But they're the weirdest group of people. This girl just put on her Facebook page, I hope people, this is a girl I went to high school with and grew up with. I hope people realize when they go vote who rejected Jesus and who did not. I want to be like, who? I don't know the answer to that. Who rejected Jesus? I don't really know what's going on.
I actually don't know.
I don't know.
You know.
Give us Barabbas.
I assume that is, I don't know. That seems like one of my friends would be voting for Trump. Did Kamala Harris reject Jesus?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Or did Jesus reject her?
I don't really know.
All I know is the Steelers fans didn't reject Trump. He was at the game last night.
I saw that.
Did you see the Trump AI in the Steelers uniform?
No.
Number 47.
Oh,
hilarious.
Wow. Yeah. Pennsylvania, speaking of Trump, Pennsylvania's Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro on Sunday called on law enforcement to investigate billionaire Elon Musk for his promise at the weekend pro-Trump rally to give away $1 million each day until Election Day. Yeah, Musk on Saturday gave a $1 million check to an attendee at the rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Shapiro said to NBC's Meet the Press that Musk planned to give away the money to registered voters in Pennsylvania is, quote, deeply concerning, and it's something that law enforcement could take a look at.
But why?
Because whether it violates some sort of law of giving money to people that are voting and doing, I know
his money. It's not a business. It's him just giving away money. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to do with it. He's not bribing anybody.
Well, and that's possibly what they'll tell him. It's Shapiro, but hey, Shapiro, shut up! He's giving away $1 million a day. Yeah. You know, which by the way, how funny is that he can easily give away $1 million a day? I would say, as he's writing the check, he makes that $1 million.
He bought Twitter for $40 billion.
Right. So do you think was 3 seconds, 5 seconds to write a check?
Yeah.
That he makes that $1 million back?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that just must be such a fun life. Just be handing out $1 million checks, just changing people's lives.
And how he talks about people. Well, people say this, and he goes, "I don't care."
Yeah.
Like you have so much money, it doesn't matter what anybody says or does or anything. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he can go find new friends. He can find new people. He can find a new country if he wants to.
Yeah,
he can do whatever
start
he wants.
His own country. Yep. Yeah, for sure. He has more money than most countries.
I would assume so. Yeah, he's got a net worth probably more than most.
A lot of countries.
Yeah.
A lot of countries for sure. 1, 2, 3 sports. Lots of sports happening. Los Angeles Dodgers defeated New York Mets on Sunday to win the National League pennant. The Dodgers will now have a few days to recover before kicking off the 2024 World Series against the New York Yankees on Friday, October 25th.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the Yankees punched their own ticket to the Fall Classic on Saturday when they defeated the Cleveland Guardians to secure the first American League pennant since 2009. This will be the how many times the Yankees and Dodgers franchise have squared off in the World Series?
Yankees and Dodgers, they did it in the 80s. I would say this is the 4th time.
12th time.
12th
time, but it will represent the first meeting since 1981.
Yeah.
The Yankees are 8-3 all time in those series. The Dodgers, however, have had more practice as of late, with this serving as their 4th trip to the World Series since 2017.
Wow.
Game 1 is Friday night.
29 times. This would be the 29th championship for the Yankees.
Is that it?
I think so. If they win,
yeah.
It'll be interesting. I'll watch it. I'll watch the World Series for sure. Bring me back.
I'll tell you, Dodgers score a lot of runs, man. They score a lot of runs.
Can I just tell you something right now? As great as the Dodgers and Ohtani are, and the Yankees, and it's a Yankee-Dodger matchup, the biggest story in baseball right now should be, where are the Rays playing next year? That, and I'm absolutely being serious. The Rays, a Major League Baseball franchise, had the roof blown off of its stadium, and they have a season coming up. It'll be here before you know it. Pitchers and catchers report in January.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have to figure this out. I don't even know what the options are going to be. I mean, we started saying, oh, they'll just go over there to Steinbrenner Field and play there, but we're like, the Yankees might be like, no, you won't do that. We have a team that plays here, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
I was trying to think of where does like USF, do they have a facility? Is there any?
It's not very large.
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, kind of thing. Whatever.
I've heard Camping World Stadium thrown out there.
Listen, I mean, that's not even designed for baseball. That would be the most awkward stadium. And it's not just the Rays. It's like all these other teams have to come and deal with that.
Also, can you get that ready in time? And they're booked out. Like it's not like they're just booking concerts, 2 weeks away. They're booked out for probably next couple of years,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's going to be a real. I was sitting there the other day trying to think of what the possibility is. I mean, to spend $40 million on a new roof on a stadium that you're not going to be in much longer is ridiculous. And that team ownership is cheap as can be as it is. I have no idea what they're going to do. And every time I see that, it's unbelievable. No drainage system and no roof right now. It's just sitting there rotting away like most of the homes in that St. Petersburg neighborhood.
It seems to me that Steinbrenner Field would be the obvious choice, but you can't just push the minor league team out because that's a business in itself.
Yeah, and also you're talking about there. It's not going to be like, come on over here and play here. There's going to have to be a lot of money that changes hands in order for that to happen. And how embarrassing it's like the Jets playing in Giant Stadium to be the Rays not to play in a minor league stadium littered with Yankee logos.
But they'll be able to fill it, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. Maybe. But and good luck trying to get a ticket when the Yankees play the Rays.
Right.
Yeah, because I think they said it holds like 8,000 roughly.
8,000 is an average night of Tropicana Field residents.
Well, no, because I said that and somebody filled my inbox and yelled at me saying it was 16,000.
I googled it.
Yeah.
It was 16. Is their average?
Someone's like, "Yeah, you idiot, 16,000."
And I thought the Steinbrenner was like 11,000.
I think it could be stretched out to that, maybe.
Yeah, because they got the party decks in the back.
Yeah, there's the other stadium where the Phillies spring training right there, Drew in 19
Threshers or whatever. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but even that, they put so much money into that stadium. That's the spring training home of the Phillies, and they play there.
But they're all minor league. They're small.
Also, hate to move them even further down, but what about the Marauders? What about that?
You're running into the same situation.
Yeah,
you got a minor league team there.
That was nice because we played out there that one time. It was nice.
There's plenty of like minor league stadiums
you got
around
Plant
here.
City too. You got plenty of spots, but it's a matter of having to displace a minor league team. Now the Yankees have the facility across the street. So is there a possibility that they move the Yankees to their training facility and use that field for the minor league team and let them play over in Steinbrenner Field for the Rays? But I mean, we're talking about this like the Yankees may be just sitting there laughing going, that ain't happening. The Rays ain't coming here. Like we're just talking about this as speculating as fans.
Someone said the Yankees don't own that stadium. It's the Tampa Sports Authority that owns it.
That owns Steinbrenner Field?
Yeah. That's what somebody told me.
I can't
like
imagine
they don't own that stadium.
Carmen, what does Chambo have going on for baseball? Over there?
Oh, listen, they got wrecked by Milton. The baseball fields did.
Oh, yeah.
And the away dugout got taken out by one of the trees.
Yowza.
So they're in the rebuilding phase right now over there.
I guess that's wrong. It says Yankee Global Enterprises.
Yeah.
But who owns that?
The Yankees, the Steinbrenner family.
Yeah, somebody DM'd me and said that the Tampa Sports Authority is what
they probably operate
that.
some of that stuff, but they don't own it. Yankee Global Enterprise, formerly Yankees Nets LLC, is an American LLC which owns the Yankees baseball team along with plurality stake in Yes Network, 20%. Yeah. So that ain't happening. That's a lot of negotiating that has to go on. Also between two organizations, I don't really know, but I know when the old man was around, they did not like each other.
Yeah, but when you're talking about hurricane stuff, that's also a bad look. You're like, no way, screw you.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about letting a division rival come into your place, and I don't know. I can't see that happening.
Yeah,
I'm going to vote no.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I said again, when you're going against like hurricane stuff, people are like.
But let me tell you something. The Tampa Tarpons, which are the Tampa minor league team for the Yankees, are desperate for a crowd, an audience there. The Yankees make it to the World Series. That helps that crowd go down, especially when they have like a real Yankee player that is injured and comes here to nurse and then plays out a couple of times or rehab, not nurse, but then comes here to play a couple of games in the minor leagues before they go. And they enjoy those bumps. They want that business there. And now you think that they're just going to bump that out to let the Rays come in and play? I mean, we're way out there with the speculation on that. I can't see that happening at all. Unless a lot of money changes hands.
Sticking with sports, the New York Liberty won their first WNBA title. The franchise that won the first game in WNBA history finally has won the last game of the season, more than 27 years after playing the league's inaugural championship and following several near misses. New York Liberty became the WNBA champions with a 67-62 overtime victory.
Overtime,
yeah. You know the Celtics average about 112 points per game.
Yeah.
This was overtime victory, 67-62. Sunday over the Minnesota Lynx, Brianna Stewart sealed the win with 2 free throws with 10.1 seconds left in the extra period. After Phoebus stole a pass, the Liberty dribbled out the clock to victory and was a hard-fought, dramatic win. Game 5 of the WNBA Finals. Jonquel Jones was named the WNBA Finals MVP.
Jonquel,
yeah.
Nice.
Not John Paul Jones,
no,
that I
John
thought they
Paul
kept
Jones.
on saying, the bassist from Led Zeppelin, whenever I first started watching. But she is the center. She won the MVP for the finals.
Jonquel Jones.
Congratulations. More sports. Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Baltimore Ravens as they come to town tonight for Monday Night Football. The game starts at 8:15. The Mike Calta Show Bud Light Tailgate kicks off at 5 p.m. Keep listening for your chance to win tickets to get into that.
I will be there.
Yeah.
5 p.m. tonight.
With some creamsicle stuff. Giving away some gear.
Giving away some gear, having a couple of Bud Lights. I'm not driving.
Yeah.
And definitely eating some food from the brisket shop.
Yes.
That is worth being there. Yes, who what?
Guess who's gonna else be there?
Who?
Chatty Daddy.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, a couple of the guys, a couple of the other school people want to really go.
Did he win his way in?
Yes, they did.
He's a coach.
Into Chad's heart. And Chad was like, can you ask Olivero for me?
I run the show around here.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I asked Olivero. Olivero said yes.
Shows you how little control I really do have.
If he has a clipboard, he just walks in.
Yeah.
Well, he's a coach. He's got a coach credential. Yeah.
He'll just blow a whistle in your face. How you like that? How about this? Police in Oklahoma arrested a man following a pursuit, but that wasn't the big deal. The big deal was he was found in possession of fentanyl. Oh, no. Marijuana. Uh-oh. A large amount of cash. What's that mean? And a snake.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
All things that go together.
Well, you got to protect your fentanyl and marijuana and large amount of cash. You got to have a snake on you.
Of course.
I mean, that's only the cool thing to do.
Don't give fentanyl to snakes.
No?
No.
What happens?
They'll die.
Oh, okay. I was going to, but that's
Good thing you said that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I wanted to make sure everyone knew that.
How do you feel as a driver? How do you think you are as a driver?
Well, I think I'm a good driver when I'm not texting.
Okay, and you're texting all the time? All the time.
A lot.
Constantly texting.
I have things to do.
Joe, how would you say you are? Oh,
I'm an excellent. Oh, wow.
No, only in the driveway. Gio?
Very few accidents, knock on wood. I think I'm a good driver.
Carmen?
Very few tickets.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm pretty good. I will tell you, I definitely speed, and I'm definitely a little reckless whenever I drive. But a new survey, old piece of cheese.
Old piece of cheese.
A new survey asked how'd you do on a driving test if you had to take it right now. So if your actual skills of driving and stuff, only 40% of people are confident they could ace it. On the flip side, about 25% admit they'd probably fail.
I'm very good at maneuvering the car. In fact, I did something the other day. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was done Picos. I'm very impressed with that. And I go, yeah, I'm very good at maneuvering the vehicle, but I'm not good at paying attention. So
that is a big part of driving.
I know, but I'm just being honest.
Do you know how many times I see somebody and they're putting their brakes on and then they're halfway in this lane and so, and I go, what is going on? So I go around them and they're sitting there just texting away.
Sure, I wait till the red lights at least.
All the time.
Yeah.
You may not be getting as much chocolate with your kids' Halloween candy this year. Chocolate prices have more than doubled since the start of the year.
No one's not buying chocolate because of that.
But they may not be giving away. Candy companies are compensating by pushing more fruity and gummy candies for Halloween. So your kids' Halloween bucket might have more of that stuff this year than actual chocolate.
Fruity kids.
Yeah.
That's why Trump has to win this election.
Yeah.
Because the chocolate?
Chocolate's through the roof.
Yeah. I mean, come on. We can't go. This is not a fruity candy nation.
Thanks,
what color
Biden.
is chocolate?
What color is chocolate? Brown. Oh.
If Trump, what would Trump say?
Black. Chocolate's black. 48% of Americans admit they are people pleasers. Joe, would you say you're a people pleaser?
I would think so, yes.
You think you're a people pleaser?
I do, Michael.
yeah.
I thought it was just me.
No,
well, listen to what the signs are. The top signs, year one, include going to great lengths to avoid conflict. Joe doesn't like conflict.
No,
he doesn't like conflict. No. Putting other people's needs, Mike's needs, ahead of your own.
Thank you, Joe.
Taking the trash out.
Appreciate that.
And feeling like you can't say no when someone asks you for a favor.
Take my poop to the doctors.
I'll add some of my own in there.
But can I just tell you that you guys wanted to take my poop? I believe you were asking about it.
Michael, is there any poop that you would like for us to transport in the house? And you did accommodate us.
Thank you.
Michael.
Thanks for Carmen's jealous because she didn't get to take my poop.
Yeah. Very subservient.
I pooped in a box. You take it to the doctor for me.
Not the doctor.
Well,
the post
mail.
office.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Take my box of poop.
I wrapped it. Oh,
well,
I didn't ask them to wrap it.
Oh, because you can never unwrap anything.
Nice
They didn't collect it. They didn't collect it. I
if
collected
it's
it
wrapped,
and wrapped
then I'm sure it's completely safe, especially if you wrapped it.
I thought it was a present. It was wrapped so nicely, Michael.
They said Joe carried that into the post office like Simba and Mufasa.
That's right.
Over their head, and they were very happy with it.
There was never a point in time during that moment where you thought, what the hell are we doing? How did we get here?
They were celebrating it.
No, not. Yeah, I was actually celebrating.
Jesus. Thank you, Joe. Don't let these people bring us down. Don't let them ruin our relationship,
I'm
Joe.
not gonna,
People
Michael.
pleaser.
Don't worry.
Poopy pleaser.
I appreciate that.
Poople pleaser. Do you wake up in the middle of the night?
To make a pee-pee.
Do you feel restless throughout the day?
Yes.
Do you have heartburn or an upset stomach?
100%.
If so, these are all signs that food might be interfering with your sleep. You get a chicken Big Mac stuck right in there. You know? Here are some of the foods you want to stay away from to sleep better. They say processed junk food.
Oh, man.
You don't want to be eating that. Yes, that's one of the big ones. Anything with high fat or acid content. Okay.
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Crushing coffees.
Yeah.
That's very acidic.
Coffee's bad.
Sure,
Yeah.
Anything with caffeine.
Damn it.
Coffee, soda, some teas, chocolate. Experts say to avoid it for a few hours before bedtime.
Yeah. A half jar of chips with salsa. Not a good idea.
Right before bedtime?
Bad idea.
Get it all stuck right here.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that I used to have heartburn and agita so bad that I'd be taking Prilosec. I'd be getting prescription kind of Prilosec.
Right, yeah.
All of that stuff. I made a couple of minor changes. I don't have the hint of heartburn anymore.
Minor changes by not eating garbage stuff?
Not eating some of that stuff, but also keeping in mind, like, before you go to bed, not to eat it. Like, I could tell you right now, I could have orange juice and it would crush me if I went to bed after I had orange juice. But and sometimes spaghetti sauce would do that to me.
Yeah, anything tomato based.
Number one, do not eat before you go to bed. Taco Bell.
Yo, I don't. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. Yeah. That's the absolute truth. On the when I was a younger gentleman and I'd be going out partying and we go to Taco Bell and I would just wake up throwing up in my mouth.
Right,
it's disgusting. But it didn't stop us from going back to Taco Bell, though.
No, it's not your fault, Taco Bell. Greasy, heavy meals. That's another one they say to stay away from. I'd also recommend you can cut down on your portion size. So maybe don't eat a full meal before you go to bed. If you're too full, you won't sleep well. Joe, bad news. Alcohol is a nightcap.
Yep.
Not good either.
Yeah.
That's not good either. They say on the flip side, there has been times where I'm like, I'm hungry, I want to eat. And I'm like, if I eat, I'm going to be puking all night.
Have you ever done that? Like, I've taken shots tequila and then at night had the tequila start to climb its way back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You ever do the burp, the acid puke thing in your throat where you have to get up out of bed?
Yeah, you got to get it.
Rinse out with scope, brush your teeth, do all that stuff because it's like burning back there. You feel like you're an X-Man. Yeah.
You get a little agita with the skivats back up.
When you drink the booze, it relaxes all the muscles in your esophagus when you go to sleep, and that's why you get a lot of that.
Boyfriend tells you? Relax your muscles, GM. On the flip side, the best foods to eat for a better night's sleep: bananas.
Oh, I enjoyed the banana.
Almonds.
No.
Cherries. This is right up your alley. It's got everything you
double
like.
cheeseburger.
Listen, tart cherry juice is delicious.
Good for your joints.
Good for your joints, and then also it releases a natural melatonin.
No,
so
do it.
Yeah,
oatmeal. They say turkey, kiwi, Greek yogurt, and warm milk.
Okay.
By the way, I found out I do not like plain yogurt. I got a parfait when we were out in Vegas and we had breakfast, and I go, ooh, I'll do a little parfait with some fruit and granola and everything. She goes, you want vanilla or plain yogurt? And I go, oh, plain yogurt. You know, that's probably healthier or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
very
eating
sour
paint. It's like,
yeah, you definitely got to have a flavor in there.
Yes.
And like a lot of people substitute plain Greek yogurt for sour cream. I don't care who you are. That does not replace sour cream.
No, nothing.
Sour cream
Sour
is
cream.
sour cream, right?
You know what's so crazy is, do you know what strawberries Romanoff? Have you ever had that before?
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's sour cream.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So it's strawberries, sour cream, and brown sugar.
Oh.
But the sour cream takes on the flavor of the brown sugar and the strawberries. Yeah, because my mom made that, and I go, "You're putting sour cream with?"
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, "Trust me." And I ate it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah."
If I don't know, I don't care.
Right.
But if you tell me and I know it's there, I mean, the sour cream for dessert, I probably wouldn't care about. But when that girl gave me lasagna with cream cheese in it, I didn't know what to do. It was in my mouth, and I couldn't get it out. I was like, I taste it.
I got to be honest with you. I think lasagna with cream cheese, it goes against the recipe. Like, yeah, you should use ricotta
It goes
cheese.
against the rules.
Right. I
It could
get
be good,
that.
though.
But also, sour cream cheese is delicious. I bet you that was so good.
Listen, I can eat cream cheese by the brick. I'm not.
Right.
It's not that I don't dislike cream cheese. It's like when you're expecting that you have a mouthful of lasagna and you're expecting a drier, less sweet cheese, and all of a sudden you're like, "This is very sweet." And you're like,
Yeah.
that's cream cheese. And you have
Yeah.
a mouthful of it. You're like, "Ooh."
I get it. You know, it's like whenever they're like, oh, you can't put pineapple on pizza. Guess what?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
Not bad. Not bad at all. By the way, the average American consumes how many grams of sugar per day, would you say?
I couldn't even guess.
Just think about it. The average American consumes how many grams of sugar per day?
700.
700 grams per day. No, Gio. No.
I don't even know. I don't know.
That is high. I will tell you that.
I say 150.
You're a little bit closer, Joe. 99 grams of sugar per day. That's about 36,000 grams of sugar per year.
Jeez.
Yeah, I look at the different stuff. So Liquid Death has their regular Liquid Death. They have the water, but then they have the bubbly water. And then they have different drinks. And they have one called Dead Billionaire. That's an Arnold Palmer.
Oh, that's funny.
And I think they were going to call it like Dead Palmer or something like that. And Lipton was like, hey, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You're not
You draw
calling it
the
Palmer.
line here.
But that's delicious. And the big can is only 7 grams of sugar because they use like agave and they use all the different stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good if you get a chance to try it.
How many grams of sugar like in a Coke?
Oh,
I would say
it's like
36 probably.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
That's why I went high on the. You know what I mean? If you're one soda.
Well, how many people are drinking 90 sodas?
A lot. I mean, these
Yeah,
sodas come
no,
in
I
big
get it.
32
But
ounce cups.
A lot of people have now because they have the zero sugar options that taste just
It's
like.
unbelievable. I had one yesterday. I had a Sprite Zero.
Yeah.
It's sweeter than a Sprite. It was
Right.
perfect.
But yeah, but that's also chemicals that are
Yeah,
probably
cancer
eating
causing
your brain
agents.
and everything. But I will tell you, I don't know if there's anything better than the Dr. Pepper zero sugar.
Yeah.
It is really good.
And they now have it at Sam's. You can get like a 24 case.
That's
for,
Dr. Thunder.
And no. It's Dr. Pepper zero sugar, but you can get like a 24 pack for I think it's like under $15.
Yeah.
Yes, I get one like once a week. It's a little
Speaking of-
ridiculous.
Did you see who made Saturday Night Live this week?
I did watch some of Saturday Night Live, but I
Who
didn't
made
notice
What do you mean?
anything.
The Costco guys?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, they didn't make it. They
No,
did like a
they-
sketch of them.
That's better than being on. Is having them
Pat-
make fun of you.
Pat McAfee. Where they were doing the
Oh,
Here
yeah.
Comes the Boom. Doing
Yeah.
the boom. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's just a dopey guy and his kid walking around eating stuff in their faces.
they're going everywhere. They're everywhere.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I don't
But like, what do you do with that? You know what I mean? Like, you get a little notoriety, and now this
Notoriety?
guy,
How much
notoriety,
notoriety did he get?
notoriety. What is it?
You tell me. You tell her.
I don't know.
Try
Okay.
it again. Try it again.
Nope. That's
No,
all.
come on! Don't shut down. Come on.
It is. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Notoriety.
Notoriety.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's one to grow on.
Okay. But you get a little, you get a little attention.
The whole
And-
family's part of it now. I
Right.
think they've got to put for some kind of like reality show or something.
Yeah.
Because the mom's involved, the daughter's involved, and everything.
Yeah,
It's not
because-
just them.
And weren't they saying like the dad is the one that's like really pushing it? Like
Yeah,
none
he was
of
a
the,
wrestler.
Like no one else wants to do it.
I talked to the dad to come on the show, and when he first talked to me, he just responded with "boom." I was like, "Hey,
All right.
we'd like to have you on the show." He's like, "Yes, let's do it."
But
Boom.
that's the problem. You liked them. Really?
I did it first. Yeah,
you did.
They were all ready to come on, and Mike's like, "No, I don't want to talk to him now."
Because they were they came into my peripheral somehow through my kids.
Yeah.
And I could not stop watching it, them doing the stupid dance with the boom thing, and then I had to ask about them. And then all of a sudden they were in Newport Richie filming. I was like, all right, we got to get them on.
The song it still gets stuck in my head all the time.
The song is, and then once they left Newport Richie and they started blowing up, and I started watching their videos got dumber and dumber, and I was like,
their views are going higher and higher.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know?
But I don't. It's like. I
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
I'm sorry for even bringing it up.
Immediately, I was like, nope, I'm out. I don't want to have anything to do with them. By the way, so all this food stuff, all the bad stuff you're eating, how about this? Today is National Apple Day.
Hey.
And not like Apple Watches or Apple phones, Apple. The
You know what I ate
Apple
this weekend?
What?
A pear.
Yeah?
I love pear.
Oh, really?
Pear.
Yeah.
It is pear season.
It is?
Yes.
I'm not a fan of pears.
Really?
Yeah, the skin tastes like it's got sand on it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
you
like.
gotta do
They
a
can't
good
be
wash.
mushy. They got to be firm.
That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to everyone. We bring the boom. Your favorite father and son.
I couldn't get my son to do this with me for $1 million. My daughter wouldn't do this stuff with me.
By the way, this ends in murder-suicide.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Now it's the family business, though. They're all making a ton of money traveling the world.
How are they making any money?
I think so. They have to be.
We invited them to come up here from Boca, and they said they didn't have the budget to drive up here.
They have to be making money because now I've seen with a couple endorsements.
And I think that's their way of saying, we'll come if you pay us.
Yeah.
I'm not paying anybody.
They're like, oh,
Right,
sorry,
but-
you're not Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, they were like, you paid Stormy Daniels $10,000 to be on the show? I'm like, are you out of your goddamn mind? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, she was charging to be on the show. I'm like, yeah.
Everybody
But
wants to be paid now.
podcasts.
Yeah.
But podcasts are paying that.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
I get it because podcasts is then making money off of their views and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
By the way, did you see that in that same skit where they were showing all the different TikTok things and all the different stuff? They had the girl playing the Call Her Daddy, and she's like, it's Call Her Daddy, and we're going to tell you when the proper time to do this, do a sexual thing, whatever. And today's guest is the Secretary of State. It's so funny. By the way, I love that they had the Here Comes the Boom guy and son, whatever, and the son was played by a girl.
Yeah.
That was funny. Elvira, it's Halloween time.
Elvira, boom, bop, boom, bop,
That's a different Elvira.
Oh, it is?
Totally different Elvira.
Elvira, Queen of the Night, right? Is that what you guys
Mistress of the Dark.
Mistress of the Dark. I knew it was something. So Halloween's coming around, so she's got to get her name out there. She says Ariana Grande once brought 20 guests to one of her shows. Elvira comped their tickets.
Wait. What show does Elvira have?
She has a show, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably out in Vegas or something. She does a.
I saw her at Comic-Con a couple years ago. She looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, she still looks good.
Yeah.
And she's got to be 70s.
Was she
Easy.
dressed up?
Yeah, she was dressed up in the whole, get up.
Right. All pushed up.
Yeah.
You know what? Before you get into the story, you know what? One thing about Elvira that I found out last year that I didn't know: Elvira lesbian. And she said once she came out, she lost a bunch of fans.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it made it 10 times hotter.
When I saw her at Comic-Con, she had a pretty decent line of people that were there to meet her.
I mean, she is iconic.
She's iconic. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. What were you going to say about Ariana?
Let's see. She has Mistress of the Dark, Elvira, blah, blah, blah. I was looking for what her live show is. Yeah, she does a lot of the different Comic-Cons and that type of stuff. But I guess she has some sort of live show that she does. But anyways, so Ariana Grande went to her show, brought 20 guests with her. Elvira comped all their tickets, took pictures and signed autographs for all of them. Then she asked Ariana for a picture. And she turned her down.
No way.
That's according to Elvira. That's according to Elvira.
I'm surprised that
I have a picture with Ariana Grande.
Huh?
I'm surprised people that age would know who she is or even be interested in her.
Yeah, but that's like she's iconic, so you know.
Yeah, but for us, our age.
But if you're in the industry,
yeah,
like Ariana, she's
what, 20 something?
I think maybe 30, like 29, 30.
Elvira was popular in like the late 80s.
But Ariana's like a huge theater nerd. Like, so she loves all those old movies and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. She's in the new Wicked. She was doing Broadway and stuff. Like, she grew up like doing all those things.
What is I'm trying to think of who I would react to that's I don't know. Like if I was at a Comic-Con and Elvira was 3 feet to my left, I don't think I'd go left. Like I just wouldn't care.
No.
Yeah.
I just remember going, oh, she looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I go.
Like as I walked by.
Still doing this thing. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
had the boobs all pushed up.
Who in the world would you react to?
But it's funny because I was going to say it, and as I was saying, I was like, no, you geek out, whatever, dumb people. Like, oh, like I found out that this is so dumb. I follow Scott Baio on Instagram, and Scott Baio for 2 days posted that he was at a car dealership buying a car in Bradenton. Does he live in Bradenton?
So I think he does live around here because my wife met his girlfriend or his wife or something. There was I remember her saying that she met somebody,
probably Sarasota. A lot of
I think he does live in this area.
I would walk to meet Scott Baio before I would meet Elvira. Yeah. I was a big Happy Days fan, so that'd be a big deal to me. And and it's amazing how he's still so young and good looking.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Hey, he's definitely drinking baby's blood for sure.
He definitely want to talk to you about Trump.
Oh yeah. He's a big Trump guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen. I just the idea that Scott Baio lives here, and if we're ever out in Sarasota one day, and I think I see Scott Baio, I'd be like, oh.
We should do that. We should all get a list of 10 different people and see who would go across the room to meet them.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I would go across the country to meet Sweet Cece.
Yeah. Well, there's one.
Would you pay if it was like say $250?
No,
you wouldn't.
No. 100 and what? That's just a
100. You get to meet her and get a picture.
$100. Yeah, $100. Yeah.
Would you pay to meet Michael J. Fox?
No, I've had the chance when he was at Comic-Con a couple times.
True.
Yeah, and I didn't.
What if it was cheaper?
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, if it was cheap enough, I would.
I think there is a short list of people I'm paying to see.
Yeah,
like Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, I would pay to see. Like go to meet whatever.
Them, yeah.
Absolutely, I think I would pay for them. Outside of that, I don't know if there's too many other people.
They had that full cast thing at MegaCon. It was Christopher Lloyd, Biff Tannen, all of them, and I think it was like $400, $500.
No, it was more than that. Because I would have done that for $400.
Yeah, and that was just to get a picture with them.
Yeah,
like an awkward picture.
that's pretty iconic though.
And they make you. I've seen videos. They run you through fast. You're not hanging out talking.
You're not becoming friends with Doc Brown.
No, you get on the X. They take a picture. Move. Beat it. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who I'd pay to see it. I would pay, especially if there's an option. Like if I'm going to a show and I'm going to see Eddie Vedder, and they're like, "Hey, for $200, you can go backstage afterwards." I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll take that."
They offer that a lot now.
Yeah, and I would do that. But for certain people.
I'd pay $100 to meet Fred Durst.
They do a lot of like VIP experience where you get to go in the theater early and you get first dibs at merchandise, but then you also get like sound check and you get to do certain things like that.
For me, $100 would be max.
I met Fred Durst.
Yeah,
I'm worth $100.
Yeah, that'd be the max. I could not go over $100 to try and meet somebody.
I don't like. Here's the deal: like if Bill Clinton and George Bush were doing a book signing somewhere and you donated $250 and you get to take a picture with them and it goes to their charities or whatever, I would do that. Yeah. I don't care where the money goes.
Charities.
I have a thing about history and presidents. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, the only president I have a picture with is Trump right now, and my wife won't even let me put it in her living room. So like I wanted to have a big 8x10 frame on our mantle of me shaking hands with the president. And my wife's like, yeah, that's not
should have that with a little presidential seal on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, somebody photoshopped one time. Looked like the two of us were in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Even though we were backstage at WrestleMania.
Somebody photoshopped a picture of my dog Vader getting the Medal of Freedom.
Oh, really?
From Barack Obama. It was pretty nice.
But I mean, like, and Barack Obama too. Like, I bought a Barack Obama autograph at a charity auction one time.
I don't. Through this job, I've had a chance to meet a lot of people, so I think it's watered down a bit. If that makes sense.
But what about when you meet? Like, I met Henry Winkler one time. Like a week after we had him on the show, I was very happy to have him on. Then a week later, Bert was on Letterman, and I was there, and Henry Winkler was one of the guests, and I got to go meet Henry Winkler, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, I would have paid to meet Kevin Smith, but then we met him so many times here on this show that I can't imagine paying now to meet all those guys.
Isn't it weird?
Like who would you say number one? If like for me, number one, number two, whatever, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, I would pay to go and meet them. Who is immediately whenever you think about it, like somebody that I definitely want to meet, and
that
I
haven't met already.
That you haven't met already.
That's hard. I don't know. I would love to meet Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
I've met Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
I've met Eddie Vedder. I've met John Bon Jovi.
Like as much as I loved Jordan growing up and going to see him play and do all that stuff, I'm not paying to meet Michael Jordan.
I've met Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
All my favorite Bucks players throughout the years, I've met every single one of them.
Yeah.
Several are in my cell phone.
Yeah. I mean, that's. I don't know. I don't really know. It would have to be somebody I think from my childhood that I'm like, like Evel Knievel, who I did get to meet, but somebody that's so far above,
right?
Somebody that you in your head. It's so the irony of the fact that the other guy next to Evel Knievel when I was a kid, who was larger than life, was Hulk Hogan.
Right.
I did meet him.
Yeah. I think I would pay if I had the opportunity to meet George Lucas.
Yeah.
But would you be able to talk to
so
him?
Underwhelming, I bet.
I would pay to get a picture with George Lucas.
Like
it'd be a lot of this.
I want you.
Yeah. I met Spielberg. I got an autograph from Spielberg. That was
George
pretty cool.
Lucas would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford would be pretty cool too.
My wife would pay a lot of money to meet Harrison Ford, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
she loves Harrison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I told we were out to dinner and there was a guy and I go, listen, don't yell at me because he's not perfect and exactly Harrison Ford. But that guy over there looks a lot like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And she looked and she goes, oh, yeah, he does. He does. I go, all right, stay in your seat.
Let's not get crazy.
I met Mark Hamill in a bathroom.
No, I got to tell
Hamill.
you, I would pay money not to meet Mark Hamill.
This was before he was all crazy politics and
Big,
stuff.
dumb,
this
wet
was
eyes.
years ago.
Yeah.
He was still just Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I met Mark Hamill. I have a picture of Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Star Wars.
Think of anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, those are my two.
I would pay to meet Tarantino.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I met Tarantino.
Yeah.
I met two of the three Beastie Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of my top tier of people that I love and
to pay.
To pay. Yeah, I mean,
I just think what do you get out of it? Like a handshake and a picture?
It's not a good story.
Right. Like it's not like if you meet somebody and you want a story, you have to meet them naturally, like out at a bar or a restaurant or something. But just paying to go take a picture with someone.
I paid
cheating.
I paid to take a picture with Derek Jeter, and it was Tino Martinez's day at Yankee Stadium, and the day before they were doing a meet and greet with Derek Jeter and Tino Martinez, and we had known Tino from being on the show. And I took Joey there when he was very little. And when we got up to the line, they were sitting down, you stood behind them, took the picture, then moved on. And when we got up to the front, Tino recognized me, leaned in and told Jeter who I was, Jeter, and both of them stood up and shook my hand and said hi to and I was like, this is worth every penny that I paid for it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Tino was so nice to me and to give me any attention at all. And for my son will remember that for the rest of his life.
Right.
Will he or will you?
The memory of my son interacting with Derek Jeter and Tino Martinez will be fine enough for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, how I loved those guys and my son and having them all together and having an interaction. Then one day he'll be old enough to really realize, what a great moment that was. Like when I was a kid, if I would have met Joe DiMaggio, I wouldn't have really cared at all. And then when I got older, I'd be like, holy cow, I met Joe DiMaggio.
My brother Tim met Terry Bradshaw walking out of a Publix.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But also, that's monumental for you because you were a Jeter fan. Your son's not really a Jeter fan, so to him,
everybody's a Jeter fan. How dare you?
My bad. I'm sorry.
Former American Idol contestant Benjamin Glaze was arrested for...
You know old Benny Glaze?
Well, you may know who he is once I show you the video. Arrested for possession of child pornography.
Oh, that's a toughie.
You probably don't know him by name, but you may remember that Katy Perry kissed him on the lips after he said he never kissed a girl. So she was like, come give me a kiss. She puts her cheek out and then does the turn her head and gave him a kiss on the lips. We have some video on Bone TV there. But so that guy got busted for possession of child pornography. Whoops-a-daisy.
I can't stand Katy Perry.
Really?
Kiss her in a second. Yeah, I find her very attractive
when she speaks,
but she just annoys the hell out of me.
I thought it was set up for the time, but If you forward it, by the way, where she looks there with her short hair and stuff, she looks terrible there.
She always has this weird blank stare on her face.
Yeah, she came out with a new song a couple months ago, and she had a video, and she was in a bikini. She looked fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
She looked fantastic. Grew her hair back out long.
Think about the answer to this.
All right.
Before I say, and Carmen, you don't count.
Before you say it, I'm supposed to think of the answer. I don't know how to do it.
No, before you say it.
Oh, okay.
Jerk. How often do you and your wife tongue kiss?
Oh, not very often.
Outside of like maybe when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Why can't I answer?
Because you and Chad are still pretty new. You're probably tongue kissing every day.
Not true. We only tongue kiss during lovemaking.
Don't say that. Don't ever use that term on the show.
What do you want me to say?
Is that Lifetime Network?
Before or after you break the bed?
During.
It sounds so weird.
Yeah, not very often.
Gio?
No, not very often.
Oh man, I would tongue kiss my wife every day.
Really?
We don't.
Oh.
I would.
Yeah,
I'm a big kisser. I like the kissing.
Yeah, I will. Like if she's going somewhere or leaving, whatever, and she gives me a kiss, I'll like grab her face and be like, "Come on, let's get some real stuff."
But you're not
here.
jamming the tongue in there.
No,
sometimes I do. Sometimes unwanted. Yeah, I attack her like a dinosaur.
Joe, your relationship's fairly new.
Yeah. And
you know the question.
The question.
Yeah, no, we do, but not very often. Usually, also during lovemaking, mostly.
No, you're not allowed to say that, Joe.
No, Joe can say it. It's sex. Joe's a sex king.
Come on,
old vape and whiskey tongue over here.
But Bobby has a bit where he talks about that. He goes, "We've been married for 20-some years." He's like, "We don't tongue kiss anymore," and he does that. So I said something to Amanda, and she goes, "Oh, who tongue kisses anymore?" And I went, "How dare you? How dare you?"
Nope.
I like a good tongue kiss.
Here's somebody you do not want to tongue kiss.
You don't know.
Remember Joe Exotic?
Oh yeah, no,
Tiger King.
You do know.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic has been quarantined in prison due to
herpes.
Scabies.
Oh,
if
the
you
wrong
do not,
bees.
No, he's not a pirate. If you don't know what scabies are, it's a contagious skin rash caused by mites that burrow under your skin and then lay eggs.
Oh,
yeah,
and
so
you're itchy and
old
prison
Tiger
scabies
King has prison scabies. Yeah, good luck with that.
Boy, he just must be getting banged left and right. Banging the scabies out of him.
Gross. And then finally in news, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony went down over the weekend, and I did not see it.
Let's save it. We'll talk about it when we come back because I watched it not once, but twice.
Okay, and I have some audio as well of some of the performances and different people that were there and all kind of stuff. So Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, we'll talk about it when we get back.
We'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Gio, I just sent you the funniest thing. Don't watch it now. Watch it later, but it's animation that they made of the Costco guys.
Oh,
have you seen it?
I think I've seen it. It's all
where he trades his son in.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's hilarious.
Oh,
he trades his son in for a better Costco membership, and then they send the kid overseas to go pick beans to go sell Kirkland.
Are you if you're them? Are you flattered by that? Just that people are talking about
100%,
you? Yeah,
100%. If you've done something. Like if somebody makes a parody of me, it's not a big deal. I'm on the radio there. But if you're just an average person trying to become famous and people are parodying you and you're on Saturday Night Live, they're making fun of you. You've made it.
Yeah.
You've definitely made it.
When I talked to the dad, he was very nice.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. Anyway, Galvin, back over to you. We were talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I did watch in its entirety on Saturday as it was live on Disney Plus. And then they will edit it down and put it on Hulu
ABC,
or
I think,
else.
and I don't know, HBO or something, whatever. But so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony went down over the weekend. Cher,
go. Let's go one at a time. Cher was good.
Cher, Ozzy Osbourne,
unbelievable. Did you see any of it?
No.
So Jack Black introduces Ozzy Osbourne. He inducts him into the Hall of Fame, and it's exactly what you hoped it would be. Jack Black at his best.
Right. Yeah.
At his best. Just praising Ozzy for being the Prince of Darkness. Then I can't figure out what's wrong with Ozzy. He can't stand. He's seated in a throne.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has Parkinson's.
Yeah, he's a little shaky in the knees. He's not really that bad. Like he's not Michael J. Fox, but he's still pretty shaky.
Yeah.
And then they bring him out and he talks a little bit, but he doesn't seem. I can't figure out what's wrong with his face. It's like I think he has no eyebrows. It looks like they shaved his eyebrows off, or they made him so thin, and then filled him with like Botox, so his face is like puffy yet. I don't know. It was weird to see, but he actually looked pretty good. So they bring him out, and then they bring out Did you see who they brought out to play in the band to do a tribute?
Yeah, well, I saw some different stuff. I saw Zach Wilde was there playing.
Well, they started out. It was Chad Smith on drums,
right?
Robert Trujillo on bass,
who played with Ozzy for a while.
Andrew Watt on guitar, Wolfgang Van Halen on guitar, and Maynard from Tool singing.
Right.
Dude, it was amazing.
So I saw part of that. And they did Crazy Train, and Wolfgang
is just unbelievable.
He's unbelievable and effortlessly. You know, the way
I used the same word to Pete. I said, look at him. It's like it's effortless to him. He's mimicking Randy Rhoads while channeling his father, and he's not doing anything. He's not even stressing out about it.
And looked like Wolfie lost some weight.
He did look like he lost some weight.
Yeah, so which is good. He's going the right way with that, whatever, because he looked healthy, looked good, sounded great. Maynard was impressed by him.
I thought Maynard was really good.
Oh, Maynard's great.
Yeah.
Maynard's great. Like, even if you don't like Tool, you have to understand that he's great, and they're great musicians, and he's a great singer.
Then Zach Wilde came out, and they did that, and they did Mama, I'm Coming Home, and Jelly Roll came out and sang.
Yes.
Which started out pretty good.
Yeah?
Because he came, you were like, oh, this makes sense. Jelly Roll to sing this song, a little bluesy version of it. But then at the end, he kind of loses it.
Well, here is a little clip of Jelly Roll singing Mama, I'm Coming Home from Ozzy Osbourne. Take a listen to this.
Why is that not playing?
I'm bringing Hoppy back.
Oh, man.
Get Hoppy on the Hoppy on line 4.
Stop saying.
Nope. Hold on.
I thought Dizzy was back for a second.
No, someone has it that it's recording the show. Okay, calm down.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to fill time with my complaints.
I understand, Carmen. Things happen.
Yeah.
You're in the same boat. You and Joe are the same now.
I'll take it.
Wow.
I don't know. Joe seems to be working.
Oh, man.
Let's try this, maybe.
Every day.
A couple of things. The beginning of that started out fantastic. Do you have that?
That's what she was trying to play, and
it's he's in the wrong key.
It's not fantastic.
No,
it's not fantastic.
The beginning of it came out great, and he came out singing, and I was like, it sounds awesome. It wasn't until he hit that home where he was out of key.
No, so he's out of key in the beginning of it. He does not sound good. Carmen, if you can play that video, the video is the part.
I have the video.
Okay, so play that. This is the beginning, and he sounds terrible in the beginning.
I don't think so.
Listen.
I couldn't be right. I couldn't be wrong.
Great.
I have it all.
So Carmen lower. So I think that sounds great, and I definitely hear the difference. But the other thing is that, and even Pete commented on it, is the mix. The mix was so bad that you heard certain things way louder than other things. Like at one point, you could barely hear Wolfie's guitar. Yeah. The mix was very bad.
Yeah, louder and quieter doesn't make you off key.
No, but he wasn't off key until he sang in that second part.
He was right there.
It's funny though because when he sang Behind Blue Eyes with Limp Bizkit, and it was the same thing. He was way out of tune, way out of key.
He's not a good singer.
Very bad.
He's not a good singer. They do a lot in the studio, but him live doesn't sound good.
I think when he tries to do these like cover songs, like special appearances, that's like 2 in a row that have kind of turned out the same.
I didn't see the other one.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was the same thing. He's singing, but it's way out of. It's like he's in the wrong key or something.
And now we have the reverse of that. The original singer not singing very well. We had Foreigner, who I love Foreigner. I absolutely love them. Kelly Clarkson singing with Lou Gramm. I Want to Know What Love Is, which I totally called. They were going to do that. But Kelly Clarkson sounds great. And Lou Gramm, who, listen, he's old and he had some serious problems with brain problems and stuff. He doesn't sound very good, and he shouldn't be out there singing. Take a listen to this.
Why would they do this to him?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're going to lose. I honestly think that it's the mix that is so bad because he's not good.
Like maybe they're hearing it wrong?
What's that?
There's something they're hearing it wrong in their ears?
I think that the combination of the two of them, you should hear one way louder than the other one. I don't know. He came across as a guy who was old and was great at one. Like he came across as it is what it is.
He came across to me, especially next to Kelly Clarkson. I mean,
that was the problem. They did the same thing with Dionne Warwick trying to sing with Jennifer Hudson.
But
Jennifer Hudson was like blowing her off the stage.
A guy that they pulled out of the bar that was not on stage. He was drinking. The mix has nothing to do with them being sharp or out of key or that type of stuff.
The problem with no, you're right. The mix is
it presents it a lot more. Yeah. If Jelly Roll is super loud compared to the music, you're really going to hear how off key he is. Which
I don't think this one was bad as Jelly Roll. With Jelly Roll, you were like, Jesus
I mean, they're both pretty bad.
Yeah,
but I mean, listen, I love Lou Gramm.
But that's the thing. He came out looking like a little old man.
Yeah,
and then he did, and you could tell he was just getting his last hurrah. It wasn't. It wasn't like he wasn't. Nobody.
I'm not mad at him.
They should record an album together.
Yeah,
she is so powerful.
She really is.
Jennifer Hudson was. They weren't in competition. Jennifer Hudson was trying to salute Dionne Warwick, and then when they sang together, even Dionne Warwick at one point just went like this to her, like, "You take it," because it was such a high note. And I mean, you can't put those two together and not expect one to make the other one sound bad.
By the way, Kelly Clarkson looks great.
Yeah, she really does.
She got divorced, lost all the weight. She looks fantastic.
Yep.
Remember Lil Fatso doing MMA? She looks good now.
Great.
She's back to normal now.
Demi Lovato,
yeah.
She looked
Lil Fatso.
She was Lil Fatso.
She cut her hair short. She got fat. She was doing MMA. She had like all this stuff going on.
She looked like one of those little nesting dolls.
She was going by G or Jim or whatever it was and stuff. But now she seems to be back to being a lady, and she looked good and sounded pretty good.
She looked hot.
Tight.
Yeah. Carmen. It's true. That's what happened.
Lil Fatso's playing Jenna Slide next week.
With Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to check it out and see, because I saw some of the clips, some of the different stuff, but I do not have Disney Plus, so I didn't see.
I don't know that Jelly Roll's good at singing live. I don't know. Because I said that's the second time I've heard a similar outcome.
I don't think he is. Yeah. I think he can sing his own stuff in the studio, and they fix it all up and everything. But as far as live, it's like and doing
on the spot
and doing covers. Unless you really nail the cover, you're not going to do it like the original person, and it's like, not
the
great.
Behind Blue Eyes thing was horrible. Yeah, it was the same thing, very out of tune. It was bad.
No.
Well, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There you go.
So I did not see the Cher one. I didn't watch that. I watched like a clip of it at the end. Dionne Warwick was okay. The Ozzy stuff was great. Tribe Called Quest was really good. If you like Tribe Called Quest and Busta Rhymes getting up there and singing with them and all that, the performance was great. Dave Chappelle did a good job inducting him.
How about Frampton?
Frampton was great too. I didn't know about Frampton. I don't really know a lot about Peter Frampton other than the songs and the talk box. And they talked about Frampton came out. Daltrey did his induction. And Frampton came out and was like this big, like kind of teen hit. Like the girls were chasing him for a while. And then I didn't know that when first of all, he was in Humble Pie.
Yeah.
And he was a guitar player.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew he was a guitar player, but I didn't know that that was his thing. And
that's like his main thing is Peter Frampton's guitar player. Yeah.
And then years later, when things weren't going great for him, David Bowie put him in the band and took him back out on the road as a guitar player, and that kind of gave his career another boost.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty good. Who else was there?
Sammy Hagar. Did Sammy Hagar perform with Frampton or?
Sammy Hagar performed. I can't remember now. He performed
because I know with Foreigner. With Kelly Clarkson, Demi Lovato. With Demi Lovato, Slash was on guitar. And then they had the Foreigner band that goes out as Foreigner was the band, but then Chad Smith was on drums.
Yeah, and the best is, he goes, the band's so good, there's not even any members of the original members, and then the band's still out touring all the time. Yeah.
Do you know, did Mick Jones show up? Was he there? Because Mick Jones also has Parkinson's.
Mick Jones did not show up. His daughter came.
Okay.
And his daughter spoke on his behalf. There was a couple of people. One of the guys from Tribe Called Quest didn't show up.
Yeah.
And they were like, we wish he could be here tonight, but he's not here. And I'm like, what did he have to do that he couldn't? Like, what
Uber
was so... Yeah, like, what did you have to do that you couldn't make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction?
Yeah.
That seems just weird to me. I mean, obviously, there were people that won Five Dogs Dead. He wasn't going to make it. I don't know. The best part of the night, though. Tribe Called Quest is up there. Dave Chappelle does a really good induction. Like, you could tell he really cared a lot about the band. Then they come up on stage, and it's just long. It's long, and it's boring, and it's in Q-Tip's voice, which is really smooth and kind of quiet, and it's a long. Even at the end, Dave Chappelle's like, thanks for keeping it brief. Like, joke about it. Then they're about to take the people off stage, and Fife Dog's father wants to talk. And you could tell it's uncomfortable because they had been up there so long, and nobody wants to hear from the guy's father. So Fife Dog's father, who's got to be in his 80s, gets up there, and he said, I just want to say thank you for supporting my son, Fife Dog. And his wife is here, and his family's here, and we really appreciate it. And then he stands up straight, and he says, and Cher, I just want to say, I got you, babe. He winks at her.
What?
He was hitting on Cher. It was great. It was so goddamn funny.
This is a moment. When is he having a better chance than this?
Like live?
Yeah, dude. At first, he got up there on the thing, and he goes, like, you thought he was gonna be angry. He goes, I came all the way from Connecticut and New York to be here today. I'm gonna speak. I have something I want to say. And you were like, oh man. Then he thanked his family and the fans, and then he's like, and Cher, I got you, babe. And he winked at her, and then he made some joke to Dionne Warwick too, and finally they were like, "All right, take him off the stage." It was great. It was very funny though.
Can somebody get Fife Dog's dad off the stage, please?
Oh, got to take a shot.
Yeah,
he did it, and you know that's just so funny. I mean, it was one of the most memorable parts of the night. I thought the Ozzy stuff was great. Definitely worth watching because the whole Crazy Train thing before that and all that was pretty awesome. And just hearing Jack Black, and then what's his name? From Rage Against the Machine, Tom Morello inducted the MC5,
yeah,
and he also inducted Kiss. And I remember when he inducted Kiss, I thought I would let Tom Morello induct me into the Nazi Hall of Fame if you wanted to. He was just so good at it. And he inducted MC5 and made them larger than life too. He's really good at doing that. Yeah. So that was good. It's worth watching. I would definitely check it out. You'll probably get to see the good version of it now with just the highlights.
Yeah, I'll watch it for sure. Check it out.
I wonder if they can fix the intonation and all the bad
stuff to that.
You have to go re-record that.
Yeah.
AI does a lot of crazy things, man.
Oh, that's true too.
Put some auto-tune on it.
Yeah.
I finally got my AI picture to put me and a little Raven eating Thanksgiving dinner.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's you got to be really specific with that AI.
Yeah, the more stuff you type in, they say the more accurate it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still making me look super strong and muscular, though. I didn't ask it to, but I'll take it since it's doing it.
Yeah, anytime I put something in there, it's same thing. I've got huge, like, superhero muscles.
Yeah. I mean, they're just going to assume that's what you want to look like anyway.
Pretty much. Yeah. I think it Googles me, and then that puts it in there automatically.
In real life, he's in great shape. So
it pulls all that from the internet, so I can only assume.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. If you'd like to get through and be a part of the show, 800-771-1025. I heard from Love Tiger.
Yeah? How's he doing? Is he still in the hospital, or?
He's home.
Oh, no.
Miserable, probably.
He'll be back.
He's not doing good.
Oh, no.
He actually said the words to me, I hate this place.
Oh.
And also, they have a leak, so they no longer have running water.
Oh, no.
They're back to pooping in the pool.
What does he do to get out of there without the help of...
Kill everybody in the house.
No, but for real, like without the help of us or somebody who takes pity on him, what does he do?
I'll tell you what he does. He goes to his, what is that called? A handler or whoever.
Social worker,
thank you. Mm-hmm. And he says, I can live in an assisted living facility and I want to get out of this house. And they take him and they put him in an assisted living facility where he lives on his own, but he has people there if he needs help. And he has running water and all that stuff, and he doesn't have to be part of that Tiger family anymore.
And that's a taxpayer program thing?
Well, yeah,
or whatever,
but I think that he gets money from
assisted living.
So, and they'll probably, I mean, at his age, he's probably in the retirement age already, you know? So he's probably going to be able to use all that money that he has in his insurance to cover him.
Has he ever had a job that you know of?
I mean, I think he did minor stuff around the school when he was at USF. Like he might have worked in their student program.
Yeah.
But he's not capable of having a job, but he is not capable of getting there and doing those sort of things. He's never had that. I mean, him living at USF for all those years was probably heaven for him compared to having lived in the dungeon that he lives in now.
Because I was going to say, if he does not get out of there, it's not going to end well.
No, he's going to die.
Yeah.
He's going to die. I mean, there's nobody in there paying attention to his health.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
It's still got the mold that was on the walls and stuff, right? That wasn't taken care of. So
and the guy who took him to the hospital was our pool guy, not his parents.
You're
not
breathing that in.
Yeah. He's got to get out of there. Love Tiger, if you're listening, you should call us up when we come back from break. I want to see if we can help you out. We'll take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. Carmen, can you do me a favor real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Can you try and call Bobby Kelly? Because I think he was calling the hotline.
That was it? Okay.
And he has been texting me mean things for the past half hour.
Well, remember I was saying that you were talking about your double trip to fast food and stuff and all that because Bobby was out in the woods and couldn't find.
Oh,
if you can turn that up a little bit.
Yeah. Look,
it's worse than Jelly Roll.
Here's the thing. I have a hard time not being honest, so I'm going to be honest. I had a bad day. I had a bad week. The hurricane really... Why do you say it like that? Yeah, the hurricane really threw me off. And, you know, I had something to blame, the hurricane, so I was like, Mutt should probably go get a chimichanga while we're at it. But I'm back, baby. So I'm back in good shape.
Double decker taco?
Listen to me. I went to Starbucks on Saturday morning and noticed that it was still time for breakfast at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, oh, McGriddles.
Right there.
And I went, nope. Wow. Cannot do it. And I drove away.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm fighting the system.
I don't know that I have that willpower.
Burger Guy does not have that willpower.
Who does not?
Burger Guy.
No, he does not.
Don't call me Burger.
That's
your name. That's your name.
I mean, did you see the burger hat that somebody sent us?
Yes. I don't like it.
You better like it.
No.
You're getting it.
I really hope I get you for Secret Santa so I can get it for you.
I don't.
No luck with Bobby?
I'm calling him for a second time, but no.
I got to give him the new number.
Yeah, I don't even know the new number.
I'll give you.
Carmen said, now what happens when the old line rings? You can't answer it?
No, it does not come through, but the light goes off. So I can tell someone's calling, but it doesn't come through on the phone. It's just weird. Connected. Yeah. So, and then on the new line, the light doesn't go off. So I have to be staring at it to catch those calls.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, but it was going off for like 5 minutes and I don't know what to do.
Just got to make sure it's on. I don't want to get yelled at again. I'll make sure it's on the up and up.
Yeah. I don't need you to get yelled. Yeah. Carmen, I can't answer the phone line. So if you can grab line 1 for me, that would be great.
Okay.
Sean, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up?
Hey, Calta, it's John. How you doing?
I don't like when people call me Calta. I'm not talking about you specifically, sir. Like for years, I went as Cowhead.
Right.
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying it went from Cowhead, and then everybody went to Calta. Nobody bothered to go Mike in between. Everybody just like, hey, Calta. Like I'm back in high school sports.
Honestly, I almost said Cowhead, and I corrected myself.
That makes more sense. I'm not mad at it, Sean. I'm just curious of how it went for that. What's going on, buddy?
So my boss just called me and told me he was going to take me to the game tonight, and I was hoping you can get me into the tailgate so I could, bring something to the table.
Come on, Calta, get him in the tailgate.
What do you do for a living?
Stormwater erosion control.
My boss has never called me and said, I want to take you to the football game tonight.
Yeah.
I never get those calls from my boss. Did you do you think I'm wrong, Carmen? No, I'm not. No.
I'm saying maybe not the football game, but they definitely ask if you want to go to the Lightning games.
Yeah, but
and I mean, and on top of that, I'm pretty sure they probably have asked you if you wanted to go to the football games, but it wasn't a suite, so you said no.
These are all logical things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Sean, I would happily get you and your boss into the tailgate. I will be there tonight starting at 5 o'clock, and we'll see you guys out there. Just stay on hold. Carmen will get your name, and we'll take care of you. Okay, buddy?
Hey, thank you, guys. I appreciate it very much.
All right. When you see me tonight, just be like, what's up, Calta?
All right, I will, for sure.
All right, buddy. See ya. It's weird. It went from Cowhead to either Calta or Mr. Calta. People talk to me, they call me Mr. Calta. Nobody calls me Mike.
I call you Mike.
No, I mean a listener wise. I'm just saying, like people, How was that hard for you?
No, it was funny because Tony would say stuff about it, and I go, I will start calling him Mike when we do the roast and the funeral, and then that's done with Cowhead, and then I call him Mike.
Yeah.
Because Bert will never not call you Cowhead.
No, or Melanie.
He always calls you Cowhead. John Brennan calls you Cowhead too a lot of times. Yeah, I always call you Mike.
Yeah, none of that stuff bothers me. I just am curious about it. The people who say like Bert, when Bert says it, Bert's like, "Oh, Cowhead." Like I think he's just so used to saying it, it'll be hard to change. Moose was weird because Moose went from Mike to Cowhead to Mike. Yeah. He was there before and after.
Right.
No. All right. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. I don't I get that it's a photo op, and I think it worked fully to his advantage of Donald Trump working in the drive-thru at McDonald's. Did you see that?
Well, that's because I don't know whether you know, Kamala Harris worked at McDonald's.
She did.
Yeah, she was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
Well, middle class family.
So she says that, and now they say there's McDonald's has no proof, or they can find no record of her ever working in McDonald's ever.
Yeah.
I have never worked at McDonald's.
Your brother has.
Employee of the month.
Yeah.
John Calta, employee of the month.
Yeah.
I worked at McDonald's.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gio, burger guy. Of course you were. Where do you think the origin story
That's where
started?
it came from.
Yeah.
Which McDonald's?
Just like pedophiles work at schools.
Whoa.
Burger guy.
It's got to be around those sweet, sweet burgers.
Yeah.
Which one?
If there's any way I could get paid to be around burgers,
I don't want to talk about it now. I don't want to
When
bring
you
it up.
work for McDonald's, are you allowed to eat as much as you want?
Yes.
On the reg or on the sneak?
You weren't supposed to,
Right,
but we
right.
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
What? Which McDonald's was it?
I don't want to talk about
Oh,
it.
come
now.
on! It'd be like people on the show go visit Gio's McDonald's.
I worked at the McDonald's in Holiday on US 19 Holiday by Gulf Trace.
Okay, if you go, so that's the one right there on, like right where across from the hotel.
No, the brother there by like Sun Toyota in Holiday.
Further down.
Yeah, right there.
All right, so that from now on is known as Gio's McDonald's. When you go there and you get your lunch today, tell them at the window, this is Gio's McDonald's.
Burger guy. This is Burger Guy's McDonald's.
Right.
And I also worked at the one in Palm Harbor.
Oh,
Yeah.
two of them.
Well, the same ownership group owned both McDonald's, so I would go back and forth between the Palm Harbor location on 19.
What was your main job?
Oh, I did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, we got to tighten up this ship. We're sending burger guy.
Yeah.
Can you tell me some of the secrets?
I mean, this is like 1995.
All right, so I order a. Why is it that you can't get breakfast after a certain time?
Well, you switch over at like 10:30. We'd switch over to lunch.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Because you're cooking this stuff on the, you don't want to cook this stuff on with this stuff.
When
it
you would-
doesn't work. It's all burgers.
When you would cook the eggs and the hotcakes and stuff, it was very messy. You'd clean all that would be all cleared off, so you don't want to like cross contaminate.
Well, in my mind, I don't think you guys are making anything. You're just warming everything up, right?
Back then, you made the stuff like that.
Not anymore,
You used to
though.
crack real eggs.
What is
and-
going on over here?
Are you talking?
Yes.
What?
You know you're talking out loud.
Yes, I heard you.
But you're not in the conversation. Your head's turned away, and you're talking not into the
Like
microphone.
you talk to Joe, and I'll tell you what we hear.
Okay.
Talk to
So we're talking over here, and then all of a sudden, this is what we hear because of you.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize.
Sound like an airplane was landing.
Yeah,
over
were
there.
you moaning? What
No, I was
that?
not moaning. I was looking up football punches. I found the fart video, so I'm going to play that in the break.
Oh,
And
there
you were
go.
commenting on
No,
to
no, no.
yourself.
I was-
That's how he gets. You're so great, Joe.
I
You
found the
it.
video.
Yes, I'm giving
this will
myself
be
a pep
another
talk.
one that I
Yes,
found,
it's
and
gonna
they'll be
great.
excited because I found Creamy Nicky. Now I found the fart video.
That's right.
Those are me.
So weird.
You haven't been scared until you just see Ian walk into a room.
Oh yeah.
Never scares me. Always delightful.
I just looked up and saw this big black head come through the door. That is scary. And you're wearing a headband that matches the back of the Partridge Family bus.
Yes.
I scare you every time I come in on Monday.
Because I'm not expecting that door to open at all. And when it does, to see a man, like right away, we're sizing up whoever walked in the door.
Yeah.
I looked over at the door and I was like, the door's opening. I could probably take this guy. Then you walked in and I went, no, this guy would kill me. So those immediate reactions or fear traveled through my body.
I've had that my whole life.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I got this from girls. Boy, you were scary the first time I met you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty easy.
Everybody always gives me the, I always look like I'm in a bad mood face.
Well, I've never called you cowhead.
Yeah.
Because cowhead mean mugged me the one time. Remember you cowhead mean mugged me that time?
Did not mean mug you. You are
100%.
just sensitive.
No.
He's trying to size you up.
Me and
That one.
Ian and Ron Diaz all had the same agent. All right. And me and the agent, Ross Reback, were eating lunch at someplace in the mall that had an outside area. And Ian and I didn't really know each other. And Ian came up the escalator or walked over that area. And I looked at him and I said, hey, I go, there's your client over there. And he goes, who? I go, Ian over there, isn't that him? And I looked over and he looked over. And then you walked away. You didn't even say, you looked in his area and then just walked away. And I was like, oh, there you go.
You know what's funny? That's not the time I'm talking about.
Oh,
The time at the probably Raymond James Stadium. I was with Jerry Petuck and I was walking, and you were, you might have been walking by, and you must have known Jerry, and you walked by and you mean mugged us. And I go, who is that?
I didn't like Jerry.
For some reason, I go, Jerry, who is that guy?
He worked at the station that I worked at, and then he left and went over to DAE. So I was still in hate radio people mode at that point. You know?
Well, but no, I didn't know you at that time. At all. I've never seen you before. And you walk by and you mean mugged, and I go, who is that guy?
Wow.
He goes, that's Cowhead. I go, you tell Cowhead. And then I met you, and we're good. And, we're good. You're good.
But the best is it gets better. So at the time at the mall where I see you, and I tell Ross, now I'm just busting Ross's balls. I go, that's your client. He didn't even say hi. He just looked at you and walked away. And I go, wow, what a jerk. And then he calls me up and he goes, hey, brother, you got heat with Ian? And I go, no, I don't even know Ian. And he goes, you sure? I go, yeah, why? He goes, because he said you were mean mugging him, and he said he was getting ready to throw hands with you. I go, what?
Yeah.
Throw hands.
It didn't get that deep, but I was questioning. I was like, I just don't know who that is.
It's an alpha move.
You said to him that if I mean mugged you like that again, I'm sorry, I'll change it. You said to him I was mean mugging you, and that's why you didn't come over there to say hi to him. If you did, you thought maybe we might throw hands.
That's probably 100% right. Listen, back in the day, me and Drew weren't good, okay? Because Drew said some things about me, blah, blah, blah.
This was pre-horse days.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But after the horse, Drew went overboard, okay? And there was a couple times where I remember I saw Charlie say, hey, you want to meet Ian Beckles? And Drew was like, no. And we were in the same room, and I'm just telling you, if we would have joined force that day, if we'd have come together, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I promise you, because I'd have said something that would have probably not allowed me to be here, probably.
Do you think back, I don't know, you weren't as abrasive as I was. Do you feel bad or want to apologize to anybody for anything you've ever said that you can recall, even whether it be a player or just a person?
Maybe a mistake I made back in the day. Nothing maliciously. I don't apologize. I don't. It's got me in trouble. Yeah. I don't apologize. You don't either.
Yeah, I don't want to apologize, but I feel like I kind of bullied Nancy Alexander a little bit. I got fired from iHeart, so I hated iHeart. Sure. And I was going to do everything that I could to tear them down. And Nancy Alexander had 2 DUIs, and most likely she was going through some stuff. And I probably shouldn't have been the dick that I was, but I was a pretty solid dick at the time. Sure. And I feel bad about that now, looking back at it, because it wasn't about her at all. It was about, but also she definitely doesn't care about me. Like, she doesn't want any apologies from me. She thinks I'm a jerk off.
I know Nancy. I saw Nancy in the hallway all the time.
Yeah.
And if Nancy was a dude, she'd have been fired. Because Nancy used to, she'd go, hey, and what she did to me, I'm like, you're not allowed to do that. She's patting my butt and grabbing my, lot of stuff. I was yelled rape one time. Yeah.
I don't know her. I never had that experience with her.
I like her, though. I like her a lot.
And I also recognize that she was one of the very first women to become popular in radio in this area, and was immensely popular and was on TV and all that stuff. I don't know her, and I don't know that I would change anything, except I just know now, looking back at it, probably I know if you ask me, why does that person hate you? I know why she hates me. You know?
I think throughout the years, one thing, and I ask people all the time, do you think I'm fair? And usually people go, yeah, you're fair.
Yeah.
I think I'm a fair person. I don't attack people. If I talk about the way you play,
right,
I'll say that to your face.
Right.
And I'm with a straight face, and I'll go, you want me to show it to you? Here you go.
Yeah.
And so if I'm fair, I never have to backpedal.
I feel like I'm more that way now too. I always talk about if I don't like you, I'll just tell you I don't like you.
You're a feather ruffler. You're that guy though. For sure, I listen a lot. Okay, so you're that guy.
But is it a feather ruffler, or is it somebody just not there are times where I'm like, let's ruffle some feathers.
Both.
Yeah. Because there are days where I'm like, ooh, what if we do this? Yeah. I enjoy getting people fired up.
Who'd you learn from? Ron Diaz?
Yeah. The great feather ruffler.
Well, I tell you one thing I learned. Don't tell Ron something off the air.
Yeah.
And I hear this all the time on this show.
Yeah.
You just don't, because if it makes a good show, it's coming out.
If you said to me, hey, don't say this on the air, but my daughter's having some problems, I would never.
I know. I know.
But if you said to me, hey, don't say this on the air, but I crapped my pants yesterday, you know that's going on.
Sure, absolutely. I would know not to tell. But first of all, I would talk about it. And I think that's what's great about you is you're not scared to embarrass yourself.
No, I did crap my pants in the
when you
the
fell
hallway.
that time.
No.
Oh, you didn't? That made it so much better.
One time we were having our hardwood floor sanded down, so they covered it in paper. And I had an emergency, and I ran to the bathroom, and I knew I didn't make it because I could hear that distinct sound of liquid hitting a paper.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, but look, it's life. We've all been through it. It's what happens. I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't because I was doing drugs. It just happened.
Taco Bell?
Listen,
Why
I got
is it that liquidy? I mean, that's liquid.
I got so much trouble from Bobby for going to Taco Bell the other day. He's yelling at me through text messages.
I yell at you all the time. You know why I yell at you?
Why?
You're giving yourself too many choices.
Yes.
Okay? I don't give myself choices. I just say I don't do it no more.
Yeah.
You're still,
that's the smart way to do it.
That's because, listen, you're saying McDonald's. I haven't been to McDonald's in a year.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
No.
I'm not going to there to die, okay?
Yeah.
There's 100 other ways I could die.
I actually said to McDonald's the other day, I was like, I love you, but I can't come over anymore. Yeah.
Well, I love your crack.
Yeah.
But crack's not good for me.
Right.
Listen.
Some people say it's whack.
Well, that is factual.
I actually said to my body, if you go eat that McDonald's, your calves will swell up and you'll be miserable all day. Like I had to think it through like a nomad. Look, I have an incredible addiction to food, and it is, doing what I can to fight against it. And I felt like that was a small victory.
Yeah.
Of not going.
I think I'm as addicted to food as you are.
Maybe true.
I really do. I mean, I like it, but I just cut stuff out.
Unfortunately, if you miss that one day, you're still on par because you went twice in one day. So
yeah.
I didn't go twice in one day. I ate 2 different fast food restaurants in one day. Yeah, it's a big difference. You can't go to McDonald's, leave, and then come back and go to McDonald's again. That's bad. That's when you got a problem.
Listen, one time I did a competition for 3 months, lost 47 pounds at the gym, took pictures. I had abs. I was cut, okay? Lost 47 pounds, drove directly to McDonald's, got 3 sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles.
The best thing
and
ever.
4 hash browns.
Oh, yes.
That was Thursday. By Sunday, put 35 pounds back on.
No way. No way.
It's not weight.
Oh, my God.
It's not. By the end of my diet, I was eating boiled chicken and boiled broccoli. And I was losing 3 pounds a day. Like I'd weigh myself in the morning and I'd be lighter at night.
Wow.
So my metabolism was on fire. But when somebody does a bodybuilding competition, they look like that for one day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the next day, you ever see a bodybuilder?
Yeah. My brother, yeah.
You see them eat afterwards?
He was absolutely depleted. Yeah.
Like, they'll go to McDonald's and eat like 10 sandwiches. It's not good for you. It's not good for you.
I saw Ian this weekend.
You did. I was scared a little bit because it was like a lot of mafia movies. Like, I'm just
2 fat guys driving around in a truck.
Well, you guys roll up and the window came down. I was like, every movie that does this, the dude dies immediately.
Never ends well.
Either that or you make a payment. You
and Peter, you're imposing cats.
It was such a interesting start to that day. What were we doing? Running around doing errands? No. We were about to go to Sarasota and just change my mind. I didn't feel like driving all the way to Sarasota, and Pete said, let's just drive around. We just went for a drive. We went for a Sunday drive. And then Pete goes,
2 buddies, it's beautiful.
Pete goes, what's in the FLZ building on Gandy? Is anything there? I go, I don't know. He goes, let's go look. I said, okay. And we just drove down there and went. We had nothing to do.
Wow.
Yeah. And it turns out, did you know what they're doing in that building?
I do not.
Nobody does.
I thought they were tearing it down.
No, I drove in there, and they have security there.
Yeah, always. Always.
And I went in there, and I just went in the back and made a U-turn. When I came out, security had already come out. So I pulled him next to him. I said, hey, I just was looking around to see if anything was in this building. And he was like, no. I go, are they putting anything in it? He goes, no. He goes, there's no plan to do anything yet. I go, so it's just sitting here.
Why is there security all the time?
I don't know.
You know the lot.
Is there still equipment and stuff in there? Maybe they want people going.
That's a possibility. You know the lot next door used to be Macy's.
Yeah,
you ever see the size of that lot?
And that's one. The next thing we went and looked at was I couldn't believe how much property was there.
You ever see when you're going on the Selmans up top?
Right.
If you look over that Macy's, it is huge.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
But it's not there anymore. What is there?
No, but if you should see how deep that lot is. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's acres and acres back there. In the middle of South Tampa, it will be condos eventually.
Oh, sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I looked at all that property and I was like, what is going on over here? There's nothing over there. But yet, at the same time, so much more is there than when I worked there. Like, there's a Starbucks there, and, there's that same Wendy's that I used to run and get chicken sandwiches all the time at. That was when we were trying to be healthy. We ate chicken sandwiches from Wendy's with nothing on it except chicken. So dumb.
Okay. I'm always been more of a Wendy's guy than a McDonald's guy. That square meats gets me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'd eat my meat in a rhombus if that's the way they served it. I don't care. It tastes so good.
Every once in a while, I'll get a triple burger at Wendy's and then knock the bread off that bitch like Ron Diaz.
Yeah.
And then go with that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't throw hands.
No. We good. We're better
burgers.
I don't know that I can invite a guy on the show that's beaten me up before.
It's happened. It's happened before. The late great Steve Dumig and Scott Brantley. You heard that story?
Oh yeah.
I heard.
Do you know that?
No.
Steve Dumig, the broadcaster,
right.
big. What Steve had to be like 6'3".
Oh, he's taller. Now.
Yeah, 6'5" maybe. And
really?
Scott Brantley.
I always imagined him being a little guy.
No, he was a giant,
really big man.
Huh.
And then Scott Brantley, who was one of the most fierce linebackers for the Gators. They did a show together, and one day Dumig was smacking his gum. Right? Wasn't that it?
He did something that was upsetting Scott.
He was smacking his gum, and Scott warned him. This is what I heard.
Yeah.
And said, if you smack your gum again, I'm going to punch you. And he went out of his way to do it louder, and Brantley just laid him out.
No,
kind of like Jim Rome did with Everett.
I still think
that one was bad.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But he didn't hurt him. He didn't do anything.
But you can't beat up a guy who's 110 pounds, though. You know, if Everett beat him up, he wouldn't look no good. You got to let him know you're going to stop doing that, though.
Yeah.
You're going to stop doing that. But I heard that Scott said, don't do it again. He did it again. And I heard he jumped over the table, stomped a mud hole in his ass.
Oh, really?
And then they went to break, and he came back. He goes, you're going to sit down and not say a word. And I heard Steve just sat there. And
really?
Correct. Yep. If you beat my ass, it's not going to work.
No.
We can't work together anymore. It's not going to work.
No, and I tried to do a show or two with Scott, like filling in with him, and he's not easy to deal with.
Scott is I don't know Scott that well.
Yeah.
If anybody
you didn't play together.
No. If anybody should have CTE.
Yeah. Oh,
that boy there, like this is the craziest thing.
But is he CTE or is it alcohol induced?
Well, I don't know. Well, the CTE and alcohol are conducive. They go together.
Right.
I heard Bobby Bowden say this thing one time, the great Bobby Bowden. The best high school player I've ever scouted was Scott Brantley.
Really?
And I go, no way, no, come on. How many guys have you scouted? Like and I asked Scott, I go, how good were you, Scott, in high school? He goes, pretty good. I said, how good? He goes, well, my senior year, I was McDonald's All-American Player of the Year on offense. I go, really? He goes, and defense.
Wow.
Of the nation.
Yeah.
And you know, Bowden saw everybody. Everybody.
Yeah. For him to be the best player ever, that's amazing.
But didn't have that great of a career in the NFL.
No, he just played too hard.
Was good in college though, right? With
unbelievable
the Gators.
in college. Yes. He had an okay career in the NFL. Shorter.
Yeah. And then I used to go. I'd be sitting in the press box, and I'd sit by the visiting media that would be in, and they'd be listening to the broadcast on their headphones and mocking Scott because he was very Southern. You know, he's like, yeah, I'll come down here. And I remember one time I took my headphones off and I motioned to them all, and they all looked down. And I go, he's in that door over there. If any of you want to go tell him, I'll show you where he is. He's right over there.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, I didn't think so.
You don't look like you sound like that.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. He sounds like he's got straw in his mouth. He's sitting on a porch, but he'll kill all of you.
Yes, he will.
Mm-hmm.
You got that look in the back of his eye, though. Don't step.
One time I saw him at the Green Iguana. We worked together. And I saw him at the Green Iguana West Shore. And it was late in the night. I didn't know he was there. He was in the back of the bar. I went to pee and I saw him, and I went up to him and I talked to him, and he just looked at me and stared at me and then didn't say a word. And I was like, is he mad at me?
Yeah, just
Does
drunk.
he not like me?
Just drunk.
Yeah, the next day I was like, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, cowhead. And blah, blah. And I go, he didn't even know.
He didn't even know. I've had a lot of my brothers, and listen, I used to be a drinker too.
Yeah.
I had a lot of my brothers that were like that at the bar. Like, I'm not going to name their names right now, but there were some guys when they showed up, me and Tony used to hang out a lot. We'd like, there's so-and-so.
Yeah.
And we used to hide almost. Like, there's a couple of guys, one guy still is here, but he'll get you in a headlock and force you. I don't like dudes touching me and forcing you to do tequila shots. And this, I'm like, nah. I like to hang out, talk to some ladies. I like to smell good. I don't like dudes on me.
Right. My problem, my body used to fear David Wells back in the day. He wasn't a headlock guy, but he was the one that would go ahead, drink it, pussy. And I'm like, and also at the beginning, I was younger, and he was playing for the Yankees. I was a little bit intimidated, and I would drink it, and then I'd have to go to work at 4 a.m. and when the rest of them all went home, and I was like, you guys don't understand. This is not going to be very work out with me. Do you remember where the 98 Rock studio was in the iHeart building. If you came out right across, there was a production room that wasn't really being used at the time, but it had all the equipment in it.
Yep.
I would go in that room during commercial breaks and try to sleep. That was what I would do. I'd go in there.
Breaks.
I would sit behind the door and I would just lay there. Yeah, like when I worked on the other show, I would just stay there as long as I could. And then, right, like 1 minute left, I'd go back in the studio and try to get. That was the only way I was able to survive. One time when I was at the country station, I went out with Pete. Pete had these girls coming in from Chicago. This was before I was married, and we went out with you. Picked them up from the airport and went to the bicycle club. I'll tell you how long ago this was on the 60 over there, over by where like the crab place is now. And we went out with these girls and we went back. The problem that when you do mornings is by the time you get a girl and you take her back to the house and you're going to make sweet love to her, you got to get in the shower and go to work.
Right.
So now I'm pulling all-nighter, and I remember I was drunk with this girl, stayed up all night, got up, and then went straight to the country station to do the show. And it was a Monday, and we had to do our football picks, and I could not add how many wins and losses we had because I was so
drunk.
My eyes were crossed. I was looking at it, and the guy I was working with AW was like, "Come on, man, add it up. It's 16 teams." You know, I was like, I could not shake it, man.
Good old alcohol.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been some fun times.
Yeah, Steve DeBerg was fun to hang out with. Steve, I went out with Steve one time.
Yeah.
He goes, Beck, let's go out have some drinks. This was 6 after practice.
Right.
So we go to, I think it was Rio Bravo at the time. At about 11 o'clock, I snuck out because he was starting to get that look, right? So I sneak out and go home, and I get up in the morning. I get back to practice at 6 in the morning, and Steve rocks in, and I go, "What time did you get in?" He goes, "What time is it?" And I go, 7? He goes, yeah. So, like,
straight through.
He's a warrior.
Listen,
warrior.
Steve DeBerg drank Vince Neil off the stage. Yeah. Him and Bob Hugo, they went out with Vince Neil before a solo show, and they came to the show and they were fine. And Vince Neil fell off the stage after the second song and could not perform anymore. Yeah.
DeBerg had a party the night before the run test, and I go, "I'm not going to." I go, "It's 16 110s." I go, "No." So supposedly the party ended at 6 in the morning, and the run test was at 8. And then Steve showed up, and somebody goes, "Damn, dude!" Like, and he goes, "Blow the damn whistle!" And he blows the whistle, and Steve was first, and he's almost 40 years old. He was free. I seen him to when he put, and I love Steve to death, and I don't know if he drinks like this anymore. I got to a point where he couldn't speak, but he was shooting par golf with just irons. And I go, "What is wrong with you, dude?"
It's legendary.
Yeah,
what that is.
He's the man. I love Steve as a person.
Yeah. I only met him a couple of times, and he always seemed. And he's another one. He's larger than life kind of guy. Yeah. You meet him, and you're like, "Oh, yeah."
Well, he walked in the huddle, and I never caught this. He walked in the huddle, and he goes, "Everybody, shut!" And I was like, "Whoa!" Wow. But he commanded things. But he was already 15 years in the league.
Yeah,
he was different than anybody that I played with at the time. So I have the utmost respect.
That's so funny. All right, Ian Beckles is here. We got to take a break. When we come back, the bad news is coming. We'll find out how we did in the football picks. And then, of course, tonight we got the tailgate. We'll be out there at Ohio and Himes, the Mike Calta Show tailgate, along with the brisket shop and, of course, Bud Light. If you want to go, maybe we'll give away another pair of tickets to that before we get out of here. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? I'm calling. I'm trying. Calling to see if this. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
It's okay. We got you. What do you got? Calling to see what?
Calling to see if there's any extra tickets for the tailgate stuff. I unfortunately didn't get an email. A lot of my friends ended up doing it and got them. I just haven't.
And you were like the only friend that got left out.
Yeah.
What a jerk. Yes, sir. Of course. I'm going to put you on hold. What is your name? What is your first name?
Justin, Justin.
Justin, hold on. It's going to be a minute. Carmen will get you during the break, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Medicine Man? Medicine Man. Nope, that's Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. Hold on. Didn't mean to. Medicine Man, there you are.
Yeah, what's up, Mike Calta?
Hey, I have a question for you.
What is it?
You live alone?
Yeah.
What if Love Tiger lived with you and paid rent?
I have no room to provide rent.
You got room.
My house is only 900 square feet, and I got a lot of stuff in my house.
You can get rid of a lot of that
one bedroom I have is full of stuff in there. I can't take it out. My record collection, stuff like that.
Listen to me, Medicine Man. You have your own revenue stream here. You put up some cameras.
Oh, I'll put the cameras in.
Oh, yeah. You have Medicine Man and LoveTiger.com, and you'll be making money hand over fist.
My house is too small. I got so much stuff in it. He'd be tripping over my house and probably get killed.
How about this? We put you guys in the house together. What do you got? How many bedrooms you got?
I got 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and everything's not working right in the house with my plumbing and stuff like that too.
I can't be responsible for 2 adults plumbing. What do you mean? You got 1 bedroom? Who lives in a 1-bedroom house?
The other bedroom is used for storage, and I got no place.
You have 2 bedrooms. You have 2 bedrooms.
But I got so much stuff in that house, I can't take it all out.
All right, listen,
and put it in a storage shed that costs $300.
What if I put it in a storage?
Valuable stuff.
What if I put it in a storage and I pay
I'm not going to put it in storage.
What if I put you in storage?
It's too much to move. It's overwhelming.
What if he just goes like a Mama Pants situation? He's on the couch.
Yeah. What if he sleeps on your couch?
And my closet situation sucks because they're so tiny. The closet.
That's right. Everything he owns is in 1 suitcase.
I mean, plus he stinks too, and he poops himself.
Well, no, he doesn't poop himself. He doesn't poop himself.
It'd be worse than having a stinky dog.
Yeah,
you don't have a pool, do you? Because he's gonna poop in your pool.
That's true.
No, there's no place to put a pool in the backyard.
He is the famous Spring Hill pool pooper.
But Medicine Man's usually clean. You could show him the ways.
Yes.
You know,
you could help him. Teach
I
him
mean, there's no place to put a pool in this yard because it's too small.
It's a shame. All right, I had an idea, but I guess
I know.
Yeah.
If I had a bigger house, that'd be a different story. But this is like as soon as I walk out of the room, I got to see him right in my face, and then it's going to cause me getting constipation.
Maybe just clean out a closet.
What if I pay you $300 a month?
There's no place to put the stuff I have in this house. It's so crowded.
I mean, even for $300 a month.
I mean, it's like the band Crowded House.
What if you throw in tickets too?
Unlimited tickets?
I mean, I still got no room for him.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Thank you for
Remember the time we took that little video in my living room one time? That's what the rest of my house looks like. It's an obstacle course, like for the military. And, my target would trip and get killed.
By the way, Medicine Man been calling radio stations for the last 35 years. Doesn't know to turn his radio down.
Yeah.
No. All right, Medicine Man. Thank you.
I got to have it listening to things loud because I've been to a lot of concerts.
I gotta go. Goodbye, Carmen. I can't control the phone.
Me too.
Sorry. Can you go to line 6 for me, Carmen?
Line 6.
Yeah.
There is no line 6.
Well, there was Eddie was on hold.
Yeah.
He's not there anymore. Okay. All right. Then that's good. All right, Carmen. I'll get the rest of your phone calls on hold. I see you all there waiting for tailgate tickets. Just stand by.
I feel pretty good.
I don't.
I know I picked a couple long shots.
All right.
Time to check in with Carmen and see how we did on our football picks. Here we go. All right, Carmen. As we do every week, start by telling us who came in dead last.
All right. This week, dead last, 8 wins.
Oof.
With 8 wins, yeah. Mike Calta.
Oh. I knew that was coming. I'm a guy who likes to take chances.
He barked at you.
That's with 2 games to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to lose tonight, too. I picked the Bucks.
Next, with 9 wins, Gio.
One off.
And Ian.
Oh, you played. All right.
With 10 wins, Pap.
All right.
And myself.
Oh, man, you're samesies.
And with 12 wins, Galvin.
Yeah. Well, where's Martine?
You didn't let me finish.
I'm sorry.
12 wins, too.
Really?
Kickers unite. And then what about tonight's games?
So tonight's games, we all took the Buccaneers, except for Ian Beckles.
Oh, yeah. But he can't.
And
I can't catch up.
Yeah.
Well, you can't catch up, but you could also tie to be a new loser. Wait. I don't know. I dumped it. You scared me.
So if the Bucks lose tonight, Ian and I are the loser.
Well,
it's not done.
We all took. Well, listen, so that's just one game. There's a doubleheader tonight. Yes. We all took the Chargers, except for Ian and Joe. So Ian could either be the loser or Mike Calta.
Whoa! So I have a chance to get out.
Yeah, you have a chance to not be the loser.
All right, so Ian and I both took the Bucks.
Right.
Chances are we're both
he
going
took the Ravens.
Oh, you're probably going to win that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
it depends.
I should put money in the bucket.
You got King Henry coming to town, man.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot for anybody.
King Lamar too. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That is a toughie.
Well, I mean, listen. I think this is my first loss, isn't it?
No.
Second.
No. So I actually have the standings. I wrote them out.
Okay.
By the way, real quick, if the 51 point having Bucks show up, you know, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, but are they going to show up against Derrick Henry and
they're not going to score 51 on both.
No, they're not going to score 51. But I'm saying, you know, if they got the machine greased up and they're ready to go, if Gus Swayze shows up,
Gus Swayze,
yeah, Saints got their ass kicked again. So
they're terrible.
Well, they have no quarterback.
They look bad though.
Carmen, real quick, then me and Martine are both winners because we picked the same for both the doubleheaders, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So no matter what, you won this week.
All right. Very nice.
Yes.
And then what are the standings?
So I did write them out with the new predictions or with the new lineup, but that doesn't include tonight's game. So as of now, Mike is still the loser with 2 losses.
Don't
but
say
that
it. Don't emphasize the word.
But that could change.
with a third on the horizon.
Yeah.
Right. And then next would be Ian, and he is a 1-2 or 1-3. That may change. And then up from him with a 1-1 is myself.
Is this because Spanish isn't here? Because I'll bring him back for football season if this is the case.
Then myself. And then next, with this week's win, with a 2-1 record, Martine. Above him, in third place, with a 2-0 record, Galvin.
Hey.
With a 3-1 record, Gio. And with a 3-0 record and leading our 2024 football picks, Pap.
Right, suckers. What is this, week 6, week 7?
Yeah,
a
it ain't over, buddy.
way to go, man.
Week 7.
Let me have this. Let me celebrate this.
And we have 18 weeks to go. Or 18 weeks in total. So a lot of games left.
It's been a great season so
At least
far.
I'll have the death pool. Which is significantly less now that Spanish isn't here.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
He should have to pay, though.
And did we
I think so.
did we change this? I can't remember. Did we already change the football
payout?
picks?
Yeah.
We already did that? Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I have it here if
It still equals out to be like 300 or 310 or something like
yeah, so the loser, which would be 6th place, would pay 100.
Oh.
And then next would be 80, then 60, then 40, then 20, and the winner will get $300 total.
That's so
Did you just hit the volume?
Hit the volume?
I hit something in there. Okay. Jeez.
Let me
First day on radio?
let's see if we can get a hold of Tiger.
Oh,
That wasn't so bad.
it's loud over here.
Ian, can you vote?
I can.
Interesting.
I'm an American citizen.
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't mean that.
All right.
Once you hit that horse, you'll lose all those rights.
You didn't mean that either. It is 2024, yeah.
No, do you want to talk about that or no?
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the process.
Not going to vote.
No. I don't believe in the process.
Because you're Canadian?
No, just because I watch. And I don't think it matters.
Agreed.
The real only reason why I ask is I just looked up. It's got Harris at 48, Trump at 46. But then if you look at the other poll, it's got Trump at 49 and Harris at 46.
You got
This is weird.
16 days to go, I think. 14 days.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
15 days.
Holy smokes. Well, I'd be right over here before you know it. Early voting. You get early vote now?
I couldn't tell you who's going to win.
You saw who Trump brought in to his rally? It's almost like he's not trying to win.
Yeah, that's right.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, does Trump have an advisor? Because
no, he has no advisors.
What would make out of all the people on this planet to bring
He's an NFL fan.
Well,
he gets starstruck by celebrities.
that beat women.
He doesn't care about. We grabs him by the pee.
Yeah, he was in Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh doesn't care about Brown.
Nobody cares about Antonio Brown anymore.
They were giving out terrible towels that said Trump Vance, and AB was signing all the towels.
Oh my! This is
and he got up on stage at the rally and said, "I make you all my crackers of the day."
He said that. Oh, Jesus.
So he's talking about Arnold Palmer's junk, and he brings in AB.
Yeah.
And you want to win, huh?
Listen, nobody's looking at Trump that liked Trump that was going to vote for him that goes, well, if he's with Antonio Brown, I can't vote for him. It's not changing. There's nothing. You're either in or you're out.
I agree 100%. I had this discussion with somebody this morning. They're like, I can't believe anybody will vote for Trump. And I go, there's 40% of this country that can't believe anybody's voting for Harris.
Yeah.
So we're just different people.
The video I saw when he was signing the towels, people were going nuts. They loved it. They thought it was great.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I can't vote for Harris, but I'm having a hard time voting for Trump. I really am.
I get both.
Yeah,
I get both of them.
People get very mad at you though when you say that. You'd say that, and they go, "Well, you're just this, you're that. You don't understand this." And I'm like, "Okay,
well, that means politics is working."
Yeah. It's confused us all.
That's it.
I don't know what's going to happen either. I think it's going to be very interesting. But I'll quote Bill Burr again for the 900th time. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Whatever happens,
we'll be fine. There's not going to be that big of a difference with either one.
Either way,
I really believe that. I don't believe it. It's just money. Money dictates the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll feel a little bit financially. I'll feel a little bit of a shift if she is elected, but I don't think it's so bad. I feel like I grew up a really poor kid, so I'm willing to do a little bit more to help out other people. So if that's the case, but I mean, I say that, but God knows where my tax money is going. I'm funding wars in other countries, but I'm going to be doing that no matter who the president is. So it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
You really think your money's going to be affected if Harris is under?
I think my tax bracket will not be as favored as it was if Trump was president. I feel like we were in a lot better shape when he was president, and I feel like in this case, it'll probably air. But I don't feel like it's bad. Like I'm not getting punished for it. I just feel like it's my time to contribute a little bit more.
Rich people vote for Trump. That's a fact. I don't know nothing about being rich,
because
but rich
if you're
people
voting
vote
for yourself, if you're voting for what's good enough for you, then yes, if you're rich, you're going to vote for Trump.
Trump cares about rich people.
Yes,
he says it,
but he doesn't know the life of poor people.
Factual.
That's why I loved Barack Obama when I felt like Barack Obama was so young and came up a certain way that he was going to be the first president to actually know what it was like to be a real American citizen.
What did he do?
No, yeah.
He did the same as all the other ones.
Yeah, but
nothing.
I'll tell you what he did do that if people will still give him a hard time for. In my entire life that I've paid attention to politics, since I was 18 and up, every president was trying to work on some sort of healthcare system and Bill Clinton put Hillary Clinton in charge of it, and she was supposed to get it done, and nothing happened. Barack Obama got it done, and it wasn't perfect, and people hated it, but there's more people with health care coverage now than there ever was before, and they have the option, and one day I may need that option. I don't. It's there now, and it wasn't there before. And that was one of the main takeaways I take from his presidency.
No country has good health care. None. I'm from Canada.
Yeah.
Like, we should go like Canada. I'm from Canada, and I watched my mother die in the hospital. I'm telling you, it's not great.
Yeah.
She was. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and it is super expensive. Like, Chad has some friends that from college that live up there, and they talk about the pricing of houses compared to here and there, and they come down here on vacation, and they're like, I'm like, how do you guys afford it? Like, what do you do for a living to afford that kind of stuff?
But they get paid more. It's all the system that you're in. You know what I mean? It's not perfect, but it's a different. You can't compare apples to apples. It's a little bit of a different situation.
Somebody blows out an ACL. In Canada, you might have to wait 6 months for a surgery.
That's what I've heard. That's the problem.
An issue.
Yeah.
So why is that better?
Do they boo you in Canada?
Well, that was
it's not better, but the problem is that you also, if you find out you have the flu, you can go to the doctor and get medication if you didn't have insurance. You can go find out if you have something worse. You can go, you know what I'm saying? You can bring yourself to the doctor if you do have a problem.
When my mother was in the hospital, first of all, she was in the hallway of the emergency room for 4 days.
In the hallway.
No room. When she finally got to her room, I was flying back and forth from here every other weekend. And I would say, can I speak to the doctor? The doctor's here on Wednesday. And I go, there's no doctors here. Nope.
Wow.
So the doctor shows up just Wednesday.
Yeah, because who wants to be a doctor in an environment where you're all getting paid the same amount of money? You went to medical school. Yeah, look, I get it. You know what I mean? It's why people were freaked out and why doctors didn't love Obamacare either. But at least now this country has some sort of answer to health care for people who can't afford it. And I mean, let's face it, you need it, you know?
And Trump tried to undo it.
Trump tried to
just because Obama's name was on it.
Because Obama's name went on, and also because there was a lot of people that felt like they were lied to because they were told they could still go to their same doctor, still use the same insurance, and those people feel like they were lied to. But you know, the other thing is he undoes it, and okay, great, yeah, you showed them, but now what about all these people who are relying on that for healthcare?
Well, they'll say to him, he'll say it's terrible. What's your plan? I have a plan. What's your plan?
None of them have a plan.
I have it.
But that's all of them.
But they don't have it at all.
None of them have
Right.
it. No. I've seen Harris in every interview. We have a plan. What is the plan? They never have a plan. They never. Like, I'd love for one politician on any side to go, here's what we're planning on doing. I often refer to the greatest movie about about the White House, and that's the movie Dave. Have you seen the comedy Dave? Where Dave,
the comedy Dave?
Yes, Dave is a lookalike to
Kevin
the president.
Kline.
Played by Kevin Kline, who was asked to fill in for the president who had a stroke. And they didn't want the country to be up, so they wanted to put it. And it ends up turning out his approval rating goes up, and he starts doing well. And at one point, he brings his own accountant in, his friend who's an accountant, to help balance the budget. And the friend is able to just simply move money here, move money there, and fix everything.
That's it.
That's what you need. You need somebody who's not going to benefit from doing things one way or the other to go ahead and just move money around a little bit and do it the right way.
Good luck with nobody benefiting. Good luck with that.
That's the whole problem.
Every decision that's ever made, is somebody's benefit.
And let me ask you a question. Do you think more of those decisions are made with Trump or with Harris?
The same. The same. No, less. Because Trump doesn't go by the book. At all.
No.
Harris will go by the book. I bet Obama went by the book.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't care about presidential or the book or the way it used to be. And I kind of respect that in a way.
Mm-hmm.
In a way.
Yeah.
He's not scared to ruffle some feathers.
That's facts.
And go against.
One of the reasons why I really would like Trump in there is because Elon Musk, they asked him the other day why billionaires like him are not contributing to Trump more and contributing to Harris, even though it would benefit them more if Trump is president. And he said because he thinks that they're afraid if Trump gets in, he's going to release that Epstein list.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys, and he by name calls out Bill Gates and says Bill Gates is one of those people.
There's a lot of names.
God.
Between Diddy and Epstein, it's all of Hollywood. All of Hollywood.
And you know who else keeps getting roped into that? Into the triangular Oprah.
Oh, she's a
yeah.
she's a princess at the top.